The following is a presentation of Paola Sports Live. It's time for Panther Sports. On your new home for Paola High School Athletics, Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group. Hers Incorporated. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. And Miami County Dance Movement. This is Paola Athletics. On your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live. Hey, good Friday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the weekend and welcome to week number 7 of the high school football season. Can you believe we made it this far into the year? We are high atop the press box here in beautiful Eudora, Kansas, getting set for this matchup between the Paola Panthers and the Eudora Cardinals. BJ Harris along with me, alongside me is my beautiful bride, Leslie Harris, running camera for us tonight as we settle in for a night of high school football on a cool, crisp, finally feels like fall evening here in Eudora. Two teams that right now, Paola with a full head of steam, 6-0 on the year, 5-0 in the Frontier League, whereas Eudora right now 2-4 on the year and 2-2 in Frontier League play. But as you'll hear Coach talk about in just a little bit, they played a pretty good schedule, and they have. I think so has Paola at times as well. I think this will be a matchup similar to what we saw with Wamego, where it is a better team than the bottom half of the Frontier League, but maybe not a team quite ready to compete with the likes of Tonganoxie and Paola. However, we will see in just a little bit. They will put that to the test. Indeed. Right now, Paola coming off a 42-16 win against Kansas City Piper last week. Garrett Williams, 5-9, 102 yards and a touchdown in that one through the air. On the ground, he was 14 carries for 81 yards and 3 scores. Garrett on the season, 15 touchdowns on the ground, 7 through the air. He is every bit of what we heard going into the season he would be, and a little bit more probably. Fletcher Oddie, 24 carries, 135 yards against the Pirates. Giovanni Blackie, a quiet 16 carries, 120 yards for him, and a touchdown. And then Bo Robinson coming into his own in the receiving game. 3 catches, 98 yards. He had a score. We talked to Coach about Bo a little bit and his maturation as he's developed and gotten a little bit older, a little bit more mature, and physically mature and ready to go. Jake Carr had himself a ball game against the Pipers. 9 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. One of those sacks was a 19-yard sack. It was a very impressive game. They had no answer for number 1 for Paola, did the Pirates, and that was the game that allowed Paola to move to 6-0 on the year. They're right now ranked number 2. They're number 1 in the seedings. If the season ended today, they would play Ottawa in week number 9 in order to that first round or final game of the season matchup, and we know how that one went against Ottawa. So still a little bit of football to play. We've got tonight and got next Friday as well, as we welcome the Lewisburg Wildcats, but we'll focus with Eudora. Eudora coming off a 29-3 win against that aforementioned Ottawa team. Their wins this year against Ottawa and Baldwin. Then they've had a 4-game slide there in the middle of the season against pretty good competition. He said it. Nemaha Central, who won 3A last year, St. James Academy. Tonganoxie, of course, we know what they are in Lewisburg, so they are tested for sure, and we'll see what kind of answer they have here tonight for a very good Paola football team. We'll step away, take our first break. We come back, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumper. Of course, we're in the midst of the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show, where they are committed to providing quality health care to families in Miami County. A comprehensive approach to oral care. Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. Learn more at ironhorsedental.com or drlaurasortho.com. And, of course, as you can see there at the bottom right-hand corner, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Coach Dumper and our chat with him coming up next right here on the Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible, reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for yet another high school football game as the Paola Panthers travel to Eudora to take on the Cardinals. Joining us now, the head coach of the Panthers, Mike Dumpert. And Coach, first we go back to last week, Kansas City Piper coming into town, and we knew they were going to be good. I mean, Piper's got 3 losses on their record, all to top 5 teams. So they've seen some games, and you knew it was going to be a good matchup, but ultimately, just like normal, you guys kind of overwhelm them a little bit. As you went back and kind of looked at that ball game, what proved to be the difference and allowed you guys to stay unbeaten?
We had a really good effort out of our defensive side. Mm-hmm. The team effort was outstanding. They had multiple weapons. Our defensive line did what it's supposed to. Our defensive ends were outstanding. We told our outside linebackers and defensive ends we felt like they were the key to this game, mm-hmm. that if we could control their perimeter game and force them to run straight ahead, we felt like that was a great advantage for us. Our kids did a great job on that. Secondary held up. The secondary, which was is a young unit, they're just not very experienced, seems to be getting better and better each week. Yeah. And we really feel like if our secondary solidifies, we got some kids on that defensive line that can come home on the pass rush, can get after you. Right. And so I was very pleased with the defensive side of the ball.
Hey, you're talking about secondary. I mean, those guys, Piper had some dudes that can fly. I mean, 88 and 15, those guys are fastest guys you'll see all year. And I thought Isaac Myers and Nick Walker and some of those other guys, Garrett Williams, obviously a safety. Those guys, you mentioned it, but from week 1 against Bonner with a couple guys that could fly to those guys, really shutting them down. That's pretty good growth.
Yeah, we feel good about our growth, and I know every coach says it, and we do too. We want to just try to get better each week. Yeah. And we feel like we are getting, we literally tell them, if you want to play late in the year, you got to get better now. Right. And a lot of kids you tend to get complacent, or you tend to get bored with it. The shine's kind of worn off with it. And to keep the grind, to embrace the grind, that is literally the term we use around here. You got to embrace the grind now. Yeah. And it will pay for you. It'll pay off for you later.
On the offensive side of the ball, it looks like, it's impressive. You guys are clicking. It's clear that the guys you have in there, they understand what you're trying to accomplish, and then you have so many weapons. Your philosophy and what you do well. How tempting, with that much experience and that much execution, is it to try to do some different things, to try to come up with some different ways to attack a team, or are you just content to just keep chopping wood?
We do more than you know. Sure. I mean, believe it or not, we do try to increase it a little bit. We scheme to what we feel like can hurt your defense, because everybody runs different defenses, and we tend to see some stuff out of teams that they won't run it all year, but against us to try to confuse us. Yeah, we try to expand on the playbook a little bit. We're always looking, but I'm a real old school guy when it comes to that. And my always philosophy is, if we're going to put in something new, what are we taking out? Right. You can only execute so much. And I'm an execution guy. I learned that from Coach Lee, my predecessor. It doesn't matter if they know you're running it if you execute it right. And I don't want to quite be that simple, but there's a lot of truth to it. This last Friday, we felt like they were scheming to stop Giovanni. They were scheming to stop our quarterback, and you saw our fullback get 20 carries. Said, fine, you want to take that away from us, we're going to hurt you running this. And that's kind of our philosophy. We want to take what the defense gives us, hurt you at different points, mix it up a little bit. And luckily, I've got skilled kids at a variety of positions. I've been lucky enough the last couple of years where we can hurt you throwing a little bit. We've got a little bit of speed. And then first thing you learn in Paola's is a called dive.
Right.
We've been running called dives.
Right.
I still think it's a great play. I embrace 4-yard runs. I believe in that. I believe in grinding out the clock. Mm-hmm. That when if you watch us, typically, unless we're inside our own 30, if it's fourth and less than 2, we go for it. Right. Partly because we do what's called a 20-minute inside drill every day, where the defense knows we're not running outside the tackles. Mm-hmm. And you can be pretty good defensively when you narrow it down to those holes. and it's a grind. Our kids to pick up 3 yards in that situation, 4 yards in that situation, we celebrate it. Yeah. And knowing that when we get into game, it starts out 3 to 4 yards, and hopefully by the second half we start busting them for 10 to 20.
Yeah, and with that said, I mean, obviously that's the bread and butter. But if the bread and butter works, then the other stuff comes. You saw 2 weeks ago where Garrett was 7 of 7 in the passing game. I mean, so the passing game could be there if you're really successful running the game. And in that passing game, one guy who's really stepped up, and he's gotten some more opportunities here of late, is Bo Robinson. And it just looks like his confidence is much higher, and he'll go get those balls a little bit.
Yeah, we feel like Bo's one of the better kept secrets in our league. Yeah. And partly because he's just he's starting to physically come into his own a little bit. He's a kid who shot up quite a bit in the last year or two, growing 3 or 4 inches. And with that was a little bit of gangliness and that sort of thing that comes with it. Well, he's adjusting to his growth. He's got great hands. We always knew he had great hands. And now his route running's better. His ability to work with the timing aspects with Garrett has been outstanding. Yeah. And it's been a side of us that we get very little credit for. Nobody thinks we can throw the ball at all. And in reality, we actually throw the ball a pretty high percentage of completions. All of us, except for the offensive coordinator, are old defensive guys. And we love to see our offense pound the rock because we know that it grinds the clock and our defense is on sideline. Yeah.
No, it seems to be working. I think you won 16 out of the last 17 games you guys have played, so that's pretty good. We're talking with the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert, here on the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We come back, we will talk about the matchup with the Eudora Cardinals and a little bit more when we return here on the pregame show on Paola Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Welcome back to the Iron Horse Dental, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics pregame show here on Paola Sports Live. BJ Harris along with you as we get set for this matchup with the Eudora Cardinals. We're talking with the head football coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert. And Coach, as you turn the corner here and you got to start kind of thinking that you've only got 2 regular season games left before that week 9, you feel like you're where you need to be. You feel like you're positioned to make that run. That it's one thing to be good and unexpected. I think expectations are high, so can you eat those?
Yeah, we hope so. Yeah. Right now, we got to control what we can control. And as I alluded to earlier, we really feel like the teams that are getting better week 7 and 8, are the teams that make the runs in the playoffs. Is that you got to continue to keep getting better. And then obviously when you're a school our size where numbers really does come into a factor, you just got to hope you stay healthy. Right. And quite honestly, we're kind of banged up this week. Yeah. We've had 2 or 3 kids that have been kept out of practice that will probably play Friday. But the number of reps they've taken this week are very limited. The amount of contacts very limited. We got a couple ankles that are giving us a couple lineman issues, and you just hope. Part of going deep and are winning it all is you got to be lucky enough to stay healthy.
And as you look down the stretch of your season too, I mean, you don't have any cupcakes here down the stretch. Eudora struggled at times, but certainly a tough out. And then Lewisburg to close thing out. As we look at Eudora leading into this ball game, what do you know of them? What do you expect coming up?
They've played a tough schedule. Yeah. They have played a tough schedule. Nobody has blown them out. They've been in every game. They have gone to the flex bone. Offense this year, partly because they do believe they've got that many skilled kids, and they do. They've got nice skilled kids. They're young. They are a team with a lot of talent that is young. There's just no other way to put it. And when they grow up and they figure out what it takes to win late in the games, they're going to be a handful. We really respect their fullback. They run the midline as well as anybody we've seen. And this is the first team we played against that is under center. The next 2 weeks we have quarterbacks under center that have true fullbacks. Right. That anymore people do not realize how much faster it is to the line to get through the hole. Yeah. And everybody shotgun spreads inside zone. And they come up and play teams like us and Eudora and Lewisburg. And, man, heck, we're to their linebackers, so they realize we handed the ball off. Right. And so we know that we've got to adjust to the speed. We know that it's a true triple team, a true triple option team. So anytime you play those type of people, you got to be extremely disciplined. You got to have what I call eye discipline. You got to read your keys and trust what you read is right and do what you're told and not get caught staring in the backfield. And we feel like because of the nature of the offense we run and our what we've grown out of over the years, we understand option football. So we feel like we've got a pretty good handle on what it needs to stop it.
Do you feel like, and this is an odd question, but do you feel like I played against teams where they had about a 2-touchdown lead before we got off the bus because of their history, because of their knowing how good they were, that if you could ever find a team that wasn't scared of you when you showed up, you were going to be in a dogfight. But it feels to me like you guys have been so dominant that you have a little bit of a intimidation factor, perhaps, walking in. I just looking at it, I see it, and so I see teams get off the bus and like, okay, we can do this, and then the first drive comes and they're like, yeah, they're as good as we thought they were.
Yeah, I guarantee you, Lewisburg is not one of those teams. Yeah, we've had just dog fights with Lewisburg, and I'm not worried about them till next week. Right, but I guarantee you that's an old Miami County scrap from way back, and we get after each other pretty good. And I think Eudora is the same way. Yeah. We've had back in Eudora's when Webb was there, we had some great games with Eudora. I mean, great games during a regular season and playoffs. Matter of fact, they beat us in a sub-state to go to state one year, probably about 8-10 years ago. So we know that we think their community is an awful lot like ours. Sure. And they're blue-collar people. They understand work. They understand toughness. Yeah. And we know that they're not going to give us anything. And when you are preseason ranked high and when you're on a run, like we've been on the last, like you alluded to, we got a target on us. And we understand that we're a feather in your cap if you beat us. The term we use around here is we're a lot of people's Super Bowls. Right. They get all fired up for playing us. Yeah. And so our kids understand that. Luckily for us, we've been successful enough over the years. Our kids truly understand that. Yeah. And they understand that they got to show up. Nobody's giving us anything. They're going to play us. They're going to play us hard, and so we got to respect them. We got to prepare for them, just like we do everybody else.
Well, for an old school football guy like myself too, I sure enjoy watching you guys play, and I'm looking forward to Friday as well. Good luck.
All right, man. Thanks.
Head coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Dumpert, joining us here on the pregame show. We'll take a quick break. We come back. Kickoff right around the corner from Eudora as the Panthers take on the Cardinals right here on Paola Sports Live.
What would happen if I had to pick up the phone, call 911 for one of my family members or one of my neighbors? What would I do if no one was on the other end to respond? What if there was no 911? So you can be a part of the solution.
Anybody can be a firefighter. Male, female, younger, older.
We have school teachers. We have leaders in business.
Is me, you, anyone that wants to be.
There is no typical firefighter.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Back at here live, Eudora High School, BJ Harris along with you, alongside Leslie Harris as we settle in for this one as the Eudora Cardinals. Both teams have taken the field. We've done all the pomp and circumstance and now ready to play some football. Here again it is. The sun is almost set, gorgeous sky over a bean field that needs to be cut back here. But I think they're waiting for the moisture levels to get a little bit lower so they can cut those beans. But a beautiful bean field back here behind us. The school's in front of us, and we're getting ready to get this one going. I do think Paola is probably the favorite by far in this one, but it will be interesting to see what Eudora brings to the table for them. Lots of good games going on around the area we'll talk about throughout the evening. One we update on, it's not necessarily in our conference or anything, but Fort Scott is at Wamego tonight. That Wamego, they picked up some games. They played in 3 consecutive weeks. Wamego has played at Paola, hosted Bishop Miege, and then hosted Fort Scott, who's 4-0 right now. So, boy, they have been in a murderer's row, but they'll be better for it, I think. Tonganoxie picking up 6A Shawnee Mission East in a game that they had to pick up because Bonner Springs had to cancel. And so, poor Tongi. Tongi's either played on Saturday or played a different opponent, I think, in the last 3 weeks for sure. They've either had to move their game back like they did against Kansas City Piper, or last week they played a game on Saturday against Southern Boone from Ashland, Missouri. From a coaching standpoint, you usually have a little bit of an advantage getting ready for a game if you play the team over and over again. So he's played Kansas City Piper, for instance, or Paola. You kind of know what they're going to do year to year. If on Monday you got to find out you've got to play Southern Boone on Friday or Saturday, you're learning an entirely different team that you've never heard of or seen before and getting ready for them. And so, for what it's worth, they've won those games, and they continue to win. And now against Shawnee Mission East this week, a team that's 1-3 but plays 6A football. And so, we'll see what the factor is. I surely think that Tonganoxie has the advantage, and that was a pretty good football team. Something I had to be reminded of when Paola played Tonganoxie a little bit earlier this year. They played them without their starting quarterback, and that is a difference for sure, because that starting quarterback made a big difference for them in all the games except for the Paola game. And they're thinking, man, if we can just get a crack at Paola, then we will be have a chance against this team. And so Paola's going to be kicking it deep to Eudora. Eudora in these crimson jerseys with dark blue numbers. Unless they're playing right in front of me, I'm not sure if I'll be able to see those numbers very well, but there is a little bit of a white trim, so hopefully that helps identify those guys. Back deep to receive for them is number 11, Adrian Seals. Actually, Matthew Evans is that number 11. And Octavius Lyles back to receive for and awaiting the kick from Hyde. Ian Hyde's had a pretty good ball game, a good season really kicking the football, and so hopefully that continues. He's flipped back and forth with Fletcher Audie on kickoff duties. And it'll be a little bit short. It'll be returned by Lyles as he'll field it at the 8-yard line. Near side return, he's got ahead of steam. Block in the back, they don't get, but a good play there defensively. Nice tackle by Maxwell Douglas to get in the open field and make that come off that block. He was the guy who was blocked in the back, and now they will start this drive, will Eudora, as they will start at their own 25-yard line on the opening drive of this one. This means Paola will have the football coming out of the locker room. I've not seen very many teams get good starts, good first starts against Paola. Interested to see if a team can get that going. You see that everybody packed inside of a phone booth. In there is Reasons, the quarterback. He'll settle under center. They have got 6 guys on line of scrimmage. Dive straight up the middle. And tackle made for Paola by Leighton Moore on the carry by number 33, Bierbauer. 6'3", 190-pound junior running back. Good size for a running back in Bierbauer, especially for what they want to do. It's a gain of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6 here for the Cardinals. Split a wide receiver to the far side, one to the near side. And Reason will settle under center with Bierbauer behind him and a wing to that far side as well. Reason down the line, turn, hand off. Bierbauer, he's hit, breaks off a couple tackles. Help comes, still not down, and finally gets across the 30 up to about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and he worked every bit of it for it. And I tell you right now, just in these first 2 runs by Bierbauer, he runs very hard and he's a big body. And so these guys will have to be physical when they get to him. That front offensive or defensive line from left to right, Carr, Stanchfield, Daquan Rogers back after being out a big portion of that game the other night with an ankle injury, and then Bassett. And then they'll walk Pitzer up, basically put him on the ground, so a 5-man front here against this run-first offense. Turn, handoff again. Bierbauer, he is stroked ahead of steam. Stanchfield was there first. A little help from Jake Carr as well. He ran right into the teeth of that defense and nothing doing. Maybe a gain of 2, as it'll bring up a 4th down and 3. And we'll say officially a gain of 1 because it is 3 yards to go in a punting situation here. So punt. Right now, Paola doesn't have anybody back to receive the punt. You see the punter there. And he'll just boot it into it. Nobody went back to get it. And they'll be content, and it'll work out just fine for the Panthers as they will have the ball at the 30-yard line to begin this drive.
Down at the 30, where Paola will start 1st and 10.
And so with 10:01 to play here in this first quarter, the Panthers are going to get their first crack at it as they'll start at their own 30. And we'll see what the Eudora defense has in store for this offense. I mentioned those numbers from those guys with Garrett Williams with 15 touchdowns on the ground, 7 through the air. I mean, he has put himself together a really good junior year where they went 10-1, and he's got himself a really good senior year. And coach has mentioned him multiple times. And to get anything definitive from a head coach is pretty rare, but he basically said Garrett Williams is one of the best quarterbacks he's ever had, and he's been here for a while. And we've seen it week in and week out. So he's going to settle under. They're going to go split back in the backfield with Audie and Blackie. And then they'll run that way. Toss sweep far side, Giovanni Blackie runs into Audie, trying to cut off that block. Still on his feet, though. Boy, he was hard to fight to get that what he did. He ran into Audie. Audie was trying to block 2 guys essentially on that far side, and Giovanni cutting off that block and able to get 5 yards. That's much better than it probably should have been. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 5 here for the Panthers from the 35-yard line. Blackie's going to split out to the near side. Haven't seen a ton of that from him. And then Robinson will be the wide out to the far side. Audie and Pitzer in the backfield. Turn, handoff Fletcher, and he's going to be forward for a gain of a couple. If you listen to our pregame, you heard Coach talk about Fletcher Audie and how they made a concerted effort, did Piper, to stop Giovanni Blackie. Okay, well, we're going to give it to our fullback 20 times. And basically he did. Audie picks up a gain of 2. And they bring up a 3rd down and 3 here for the Panthers. If you like football being ran on the ground, you're going to get a heavy dose of it tonight. This game may take an hour and a half. Keeper by Williams. Good read. Cuts off one block. He's in the open field. Dragging a defender across the 45 up near the 50-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards, maybe 14 if they get across the 50. They do on the quarterback keeper by Garrett Williams, and the Panthers quickly to the line of scrimmage. 14-yard carry by Williams will bring up a 1st and 10 from the 49. Wing near side Leighton Moore. Get some early playing time. The junior. Turn, handoff, Blackie, second guy through. Breaks off one would-be tackler. Breaks off another, not great tackling by Eudora. And what should have been a 1-yard loss turns into a 10-yard gain by Giovanni Blackie as he was able to
Blackie, the ball carrier.
And it ends up a gain. They're going to be just shy of a 1st down on the carry by Giovanni Blackie. So we'll officially give him a gain of 9. And we'll see if they take the top off here with Robinson. Turn, nope, hand off Blackie. Good cut off to the right side, and a good gain for Giovanni Blackie, a gain of 9 up to the 30-yard line on that carry. Right down the barrel, you got a chance to see that hole open up to the right. He never even looked at the hole. He just felt it to his right and went that direction. Another good gainer for Blackie, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They are charging down the field now at the 30-yard line. Robinson to the near side, fullback Audie, the tailback Blackie, as Williams will settle under center. Turn, handoff, first guy flew, no, pulled it. Williams cuts against the first guy, and he's going to fall forward for a gain of a few, maybe 4. Just shy of the 25-yard line.
Williams, the ball carrier.
And we will give him 4 yards and bring up a 2nd down and 6.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
There you go. So 2nd down and 6 for the Panthers. Williams will get under center. He'll send Pitzer from left to right, and motion by the Panthers, I do believe. And that'll back him up 5 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. We don't see very much of that for the Panthers. They don't make a ton of mistakes, certainly offensively and off front with that very experienced offensive line. However, there is some inexperience up there as they've had to bring in a replacement, I believe, for Puser, who is out with an injury, and they are playing Brady Johnson at that right tackle position. Williams under center. Down the line he goes. Turn, handoff, Blackie is hit, and the poor tackling continues for Eudora, but they finally do get him back, and he ends up getting a yard on the carry back to the original line of scrimmage. And now Panthers find themselves in a little bit of trouble here on 3rd down, and they got to go full 10 to get to the 1st. Basically need to go right to that 20-yard mark to get the 1st down. It's probably 2-down territory, so you don't have to get it all right here on this down, but you do want to try to pick up a good portion of it on 3rd down, so it makes 4th down a little more manageable. Robinson's the wide receiver to the top of your screen. Pitzer will go in motion. He's a favorite target in the passing game as well. Williams under pressure, being flushed. You just don't run out of bounds back there, Buck. Throw it out of bounds. We've seen that a couple times from Garrett where he's decided to just run out of bounds. Instead, he runs right into the coach, too. He's probably telling him, hey, throw that ball away, bud. So now instead of it would have been 4th down and 10, it's going to back him up, and it's going to be 4th down on a lot more than that. 4th and 17. And now you are in punting situation, so maybe it does help him a little bit where it gives him a little more running room. And he's the punter. Maybe that's a decision he made on his own. I don't know. But it will bring up a punting situation here. It hurts his stats as he loses 7 yards on the play. Punt. Going to be a good one. And this is going to pin Eudora down real deep. Oh, it runs between their legs. Did they touch it? No, it's a touchback. Oh, a beautiful punt by Garrett Williams is going to go back out. And it will be at the 20-yard line. So if you're Eudora right now, you feel pretty good like you've held serve. You had to punt your first drive, sure, but you made Paola punt on theirs. Paola, one of their MOs all season long has been the fast start. They have kind of put teams away in the first quarter to the point where there was really no chance for the team to climb back into it after the first quarter. But right now, Eudora midway through the first with the ball. And not down. Turn, handoff, Bierbauer. Big fella falls forward up near the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 on first down for Bierbauer. Going to bring up a second down and 6.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6 Cardinals.
Cool, light winds, kind of out of the west. Not really a factor in the game, but a little bit cooler up here than it could be if the wind wasn't blowing. He'll get under center. Will Reason, turn, keeping himself option near side. Now he'll decide to keep it, and he is stopped in his tracks. Garrett Williams coming up and popping the quarterback Reason and stopping him there. Ezekiel Reason. I think they just called him Zeke. 5'11", 180, a senior quarterback for Eudora. Eudora year in and year out has had some players. I mean, they've had some dudes. They won a state championship in 2012. The last time they won the Frontier League was 2013, but they've had some players that they've sent on to college and everything else. Just not quite a complete team of players yet, like Paola does right now. Turn, option again, outside. He is destroyed. Garrett Williams, back-to-back plays. The quarterback coming up and laying some wood, perhaps some frustration from that last drive, and he is taking it out on the pitchback. I'm not sure who had that run, but they lost a big chunk of yards, lost 6 on it. And it will bring up a 4th down and 10. Boy, Garrett Williams playing with a little bit of fire on the defensive side. You know it's small-town football and the quarterback's playing safety, and he is playing it like a safety right now, not a quarterback. They'll punt it away. And it's going to be punt back and fall dead right about the 50-yard line is where it'll finally roll. Not a terrible punt, about 30 yards, no return.
The Cardinals punt.
But we've got ourselves a bit of a slugfest so far here in the early going of this one. The Panthers certainly moved the ball a little bit when they had it offensively, but they were stopped a little bit on their own. That penalty that they had on first down really hurt them, and they had to overcome that offsides penalty. I think that was actually on second down, and so hard to overcome. They have to punt it away, and now they'll get their second crack at it offensively as they move from right to left. 4:22 to play in this first quarter. We're all tied up at zeros. Williams under center. Turn, handoff, Giovanni Blackie. And somebody slicing through there in a hurry for Eudora. They have been disruptive defensively. I think that's number 8 for them, Gage Hayden, 5'8", 150 junior. The coach said they're young. I've already said junior quite a bit. They've got a senior quarterback, but I think everybody else's names I've mentioned for them has been a junior. And now the Panthers will come out on second down. Williams turn, handoff, Blackie. Get good cut, little stutter step, and he is hit hard. And brought down. That was Bierbauer, the running back that's ran so well for them, that came up and made the play defensively.
Blackie, the ball carrier.
Still a good run of about 5 yards for Giovanni Blackie.
3rd and 4.
And it will bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers just across the 45, and a timeout going to be called by Eudora here on the near side. First time out of the ball game, we'll take it. 3:19 to play in the first quarter. No score, Panthers on offense when we return on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast, priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Third down and 4 for the Panthers here at the 44-yard line. Williams, turn, handoff, Blackie. First down. And that's subtle. It was a good block by Stanchfield. He did what he needed to do anyways on that block. Again, he needed 4. He got 6 on the run, did Giovanni, but
Hammerschmidt with the stop.
his growth as a running back was shown right there, where he is right off the block. He's not going too wide. He's not going too narrow. He runs into his guy. He had his shoulder kind of hit Stanchfield as he went right by him, and that is very impressive that he's able to scrape right off the block, keep it tight, and the hole's just going to be much easier to get to when he does. 1st and 10, rolling. Williams looking. He's got Carr. He just in and out of his hands, nearly intercepted. He had 3 guys there, but he was in position, just couldn't quite make the catch. It was going to be about a 2-yard, maybe 3-yard gain anyway, but it goes up as the first pass of the ball game for either team. As it's an incomplete pass, and to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Not a bad play call. I like the choice there to decide to try to soften things up a little bit. And now Caden Ramey going to come in. Caden gets to travel with 2 jerseys because he may have to play tackle if something happens. And he's an extra tight end essentially on the right side, kind of add a hog right with Ramey coming in. Turn, handoff, dive, straight up the middle for Audie. And it is just a pile of humanity at the 35-yard line where everybody's tucked in there, and it ends up being a gain of about 3 yards on the run by Fletcher Audie. Looked like a rugby scrum there for a moment. And now a 3rd down and long again. The Panthers find themselves in that situation. Turn, pass, looking. Going to throw it deep, and he wanted Robinson. Have that finger up there on the zoom. He wanted Robinson down. It was just a little bit too long, and it will bring up a 4th down and 7. What do the Panthers do here? They're going to bring on the punt team. They need to execute this punt like they did a minute ago, only actually finish the play. They were going to have Eudora pinned very deep and couldn't quite touch the ball as it came. I think it went between somebody's legs. And the quarterback is Williams. He has the option to read this. If he rolls out and it's open, he'll take off. And he'll look, and he'll boot it. That rugby-style punt is going to take a hop and bounce into the end zone. And that's why I question that. If you're not going to fake it, that's a 15-yard difference. I mean, it is a difference, certainly 15 yards, but they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. And you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear Eudora, but there's a little energy right now like, hey, I don't know if you heard our pregame show. If you did, you heard me talk about with the coach, like, do you feel like you have an advantage when you get off the bus because teams are intimidated by you and there's a chance that, they just don't think they have a chance for you, and so you already have a touchdown. I can tell you right now, Eudora's thinking we can play with this team because they're about to take them into the first quarter without being down, which not very many teams have done this year. So Eudora will start at the 20, handoff, nope, quarterback keeper by Reason, trying to cut back against the grain, and he'll fall forward. Their biggest run of the ball game of 10.
Zeke Reason with the carry.
And
Jake Carr with the stop.
He will have a gain of 10 yards on 1st down. It's a 10-yard carry up to the 30-yard line, and will move the chains for the Cardinals. As we're under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter, still no score. They'll split a wide receiver to the far side, one to the near side. 2 wings, and then the main guy in the backfield is Bierbauer. Reason under center. Turn, handoff. He has got somebody on him immediately, and then he kind of broke the play up. Daquan Rogers disrupted that from the beginning. Panthers have been pretty well schooled on that option so far. To take away that option on that side ends up being just a gain of 2 on the quarterback keeper. He did not want to keep that ball on that drive, on that play, but he ended up having to, and Rogers is there in a hurry. And I believe that's probably the advantage that Paola has in about every game, but certainly this one is up front. That front 4 with Carr, Stanchfield, Rogers, and Bassett are tough for a lot of teams, especially other 4A teams, to match up with. You just don't have that many big dudes across the front. And they hustle the line of scrimmage, trying to catch him flipping. Send a man in motion, turn handoff, Bierbauer, quick hitter again for the fullback. He'll fall forward for a gain of a couple. And maybe 5 on the carry by Bierbauer to bring up a 3rd down. We'll give him 4 on that carry, bring up a 3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4 for the Cardinals.
And 30 seconds left in this second quarter. And Thought maybe Eudora would let this thing wind down, but they're going to go up to the line of scrimmage. They've got a head of steam. Bierbauer barreling forward. He's got the first down. He breaks out of the scrum, and he falls forward. That is a good gain for them, as it will be a gain of 12. 13 yards on the carry by Bierbauer, and he just kept churning his feet forward. And a 13-yard pickup will move it up to the 48-yard line. There's plenty of coaches in the stands out here from time to time.
That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of one.
No
score. You can feel Eudora feels like they just won a quarter of this ball game, and I think you can say they have. We'll see if the Panthers can respond when we return in 1 minute on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Here we go into the second quarter of this one. As the Eudora Cardinals have held serve against the number 2 ranked team in Class 4A, and they are marching as well with the ball. First down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Drive that started with 2:12 to play in the first at their own 20-yard line. Trying to crack midfield for the first time in this one. Now flipped it as they go from right to left. In 2 wings and balanced wide receivers. It's a completely balanced set with a running back right behind Reason is Bierbauer, their workhorse. He won't get it. They'll give it on the end around. There's what you heard Coach maybe talk about, eye discipline and the ability to follow the ball, not the fakes. And it'll be a good gain on the carry by Octavius Lyle for them, that near side wing. And it's a gain of 5 on first down and 10. They are inside Panther territory for the first time tonight, up to the 48-yard line. 47-yard line, just shot. Reason under center. Bierbauer behind him. Keep it. Reason. Pitch it. Nothing. Doing. Jake Carr's there. Jack Earlywine is there. And it's going to be a loss. They lose all the yardage they got plus a yard on that one. And trying to kick it back there.
Loss of 5 brings up 3rd and 10 for Eudora.
And they're going to say it is a loss of 5. It goes back to the stick. I thought it was maybe a yard even beyond that. But it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 now for the Cardinals. Under 11 to play in the first half. No score thus far. Eudora defensively has been quite disruptive of the Panther offense and have had the idea for this one anyways. Reason, straight drop, their first pass of the ball game. Throw it downfield. And good coverage. No, he made the catch down the sidelines. Oh, my goodness. I thought for sure that was going to be knocked away by Isaac Meyer on that side. Or Nick Walker was there, rather, and Pitzer. I thought it was going to get knocked away. Instead, it's a 52-yard pitch and catch on the pass. I missed who caught that ball. 16 was over there. I think that's who it was for them, Jaden Bender. And a 52-yard pitch and catch. And a 6-0 lead here for Eudora over Paola. They're going to go for 2. Reason under center. Handoff in the middle. And it's going to be just short.
Try, no good for the
and so, I may have to go back and look. I think this is the first time Paola, I can't think if they trailed Tonganoxie ever in that ball game or not. Might be the first time they've trailed in a ball game all season long. They're down here on the road, though, in the second. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Well, back out here to Eudora High School. BJ Harris along with you. 10:36 to play in this first half, and Paola finds themselves in uncharted territory. Is it uncharted or uncharted?
Uncharted.
Uncharted?
Yeah, it's not charted.
Or chartered? I think it's charted. I think you're right, charted. Now if you keep saying it, sounds weird. Eudora going to kick it away for the Panthers. They need to answer. Not a great start. Hand up, and it's gathered up by Leighton Moore, I think, end up coming away with the football. And it will bring up a 1st and 10 for
Moore with the kickoff return for the Panthers. Tackle made by
Paola.
Eudora's Kale.
Paola's doing okay offensively. They've had some very positive plays and executed fairly well, but I think Eudora's has done a nice job of disrupting things, just getting into the backfield, busting through the line, which we haven't seen a ton of this season. And then Eudora on a 3rd and long come up with a big over-the-top and good coverage. It was no fault of the defense for sure. Williams going to pass. He'll flip it out. He's got his man in the open field. Pitzer, one of the leading receivers on this, and it will be a modest gain of 4 yards on the pitch and catch to Pitzer. And brings up 2nd down. They've found themselves, Paola, in these first couple drives, more times in 3rd and long than maybe I've seen all year. And that's because of lack of success at times on 2nd down. So we'll see if they can pick that up here on 2nd down and 6. As Robinson will split to the far side. Carr's going to be tied into the near side. Pitzer will be the wing over the left shoulder of Stanchfield. Audie the fullback, Blackie the tailback. Williams under center, turn, option, kick. Blackie trying to get to the edge. Trying to just bust through his guys if he can, and he gets a couple. They're also pretty sure tacklers, Eudora has been. Matthew Evans on the tackle there, 6 foot 180, good-bodied outside guy there. And Blackie picks up 2 to bring up a 3rd down and 4, just across the 35 up to the 36-yard line.
For the Cardinals. 3rd and 4, Panthers.
Overload the left side now. Stanchfield, I think theoretically in this could be a wide receiver. The uncovered handoff. Audie, big carry by the big fella across midfield to 45. Audie rumbling down the field at the 30. Down inside the 35 or 30-yard line. It's a huge pickup for Fletcher Audie of 30 yards plus. It's going to be 32 yards on the carry for Fletcher Audie. And that is a big one on a fullback dive straight up the gut. Panthers hustle to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it. Toss off left side for Audie again, picking his way. Big guy coming to work right now. There's a 10-yard. Fletcher, how about 2 carries and over 40 yards on his last 2 touches? And they will hustle to the line of scrimmage. They give him 9. But it's every bit of 9. It's 10 yards. I mean, he's right at the stick. And Paola could go faster if the white hat wanted them to go faster. He has decided that he's not in a big rush, so nobody else should be. And I guess it's his prerogative. He's in charge out there. 1st down and 10. They do give him a full 10 yards on it. They move the chains. Williams, quarterback keeper, busts off 1 tackle, now spins, and he's up near the 15-yard line, rather. It's going to be a gain of about 4, maybe 3.
Williams, the ball carrier.
On the carry by Garrett Williams, a gain of 3 yards.
Tackle made by Matthew Evans.
Right there. Williams under center. Turn, handoff. Audie again. messes up a tackle. And he will be knocked out of bounds close to the first down marker. He's across the 10, inside the 10, maybe 9-yard line. It's going to be
push out of bounds by the Cardinals, just short of a first down.
It'll be just shy. They'll give him a gain of about 6. And he'll dive forward, just try to get the first down. I think they're going to have it. See, I think it was a quarterback keeper on Williams.
The ball carrier.
And he does get the 1 yard he needed. Brings up a first and goal at the about 7-yard line. And it'll be a timeout taken by Eudora. Their second of the first half. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Eudora back against the wall, decides to call their second of 3 timeouts here in this first half with the lead, but that is tenuous to say the least at this point as the Panthers have it first and goal at the 7-yard line. First down and goal for Paola. Eudora took the lead on a 52-yard pass completion from Reason to Bender. And now Paola trying to get in the end zone. Turn handoff, Giovanni Blackie. And he is rumbling forward. He's into the end zone. Touchdown. That was O-line going to work. The big fellas pushing that line of scrimmage all the way into the goal line. And Giovanni going to get the pay dirt. Fletcher Oddie did a lot of the work on that one, but they've done that all season long back and forth where
I've been pronouncing his name wrong.
Blackie has kind of carried the load. Then Audie punched it in. Now Audie carries the load, and Blackie kicks it in. 7-yard touchdown on the 8th play of that drive that started at their own 30-yard line. Kick is up by Hyde, and the Panthers are in front by 1.
Extra point by
7:39 to play in this first half, and the Panthers are now in front here in this one. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Everybody can make something because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Yeah, that's what you do during the timeout. There you go, smooth and steady. It'll be Panthers kicking away to the Eudora Cardinals. Here is Paola comes back, 8 plays, 70 yards. Capped off on a 7-yard run by Giovanni Blackie. PAT was good by Ian Hyde. And with 7:39 to play in the first half, the Panthers have taken their first lead of the night. And now we'll see if the defense.
Evans and Lyles back deep to return the kick. Ian Hyde to tee it up and kick off for the Panthers.
So Ian Hyde will kick it away. Haven't seen Audie do that tonight. It's been Ian's responsibility. This one kind of in no man's land. That'll hit. That'll be a free ball. Still a free ball. Panther football. It hit the body of the guy coming up to try to get it, which I think was the guy who had the touchdown reception, but the Panthers are on it. I think that was a designed, planned kick, kind of a short one by Ian Hyde. Fell into no man's land, as I said, and then running up on it, I believe, was Bender, and he never could secure the football, and now the Panthers with it back. So I guess an onside kick gives them the ball for Panthers at the Eudora 36-yard line. Here was 7:35 to play in the first half. Now a chance to try to take home momentum all the way back away from this Eudora team. Williams going to spot pass. Now he looks down deep. He wants his guy. He's got Robinson behind coverage. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. A 36-yard hookup on the first play of this drive to Bo Robinson. I think that's 4 games in a row, or at least 3 that Robinson's had a touchdown catch, and he's got a dandy here just over the defender. Falls in the breadbasket, and the Panthers strike immediately on the turnover as Bo Robinson picks up his 5th touchdown of the season. And this was a 36-yarder to put the Panthers up by 7 and now up by 8 as the PAT is good by Ian Hyde. Panthers striking through the air. Both teams have scored. These are run-first teams. They've scored each 2 touchdowns through the air. And we are going to keep it right here with 7:28 to play. Time to take a look at our Chamber Connection, brought to you by the Paola Chamber of Commerce. Paola Chamber is always working to promote businesses in Paola and the surrounding area. The Paola Chamber reminds you to shop local first. To learn more, call 913-294-4336 or visit paolachamber.com. Lots of games going on around the area. .org. Thank you. A lot of games going on across our network as well, as Tonganoxie is playing Shawnee Mission East tonight. Lewisburg is hosting Ottawa. And then, of course, we've got this game. Spring Hill back in action, first time in 2 weeks after a long layoff, as they are taking on Kansas City Piper. That should be a fairly competitive game, I believe.
Eder and Bender at the 30. Evans and Lyles back deep at the 10.
And Hyde going to kick it away. He'll do that same little push kick. Bender's there, and he's fair catches it wisely. Not going to make that mistake again.
Fair catch made by Jaden Bender.
And
30. Cards ball first and 10. Cardinal fans, mark your calendars.
It will be
Saturday, November 14th.
Eudora football, as they will start at their own 30-yard line. Here was 7:27 to play.
The event will be from 10 to 5
in this
EHS Commons area.
Opening half of football. And Eudora will settle under center with Reason. He'll send a man in motion, turn hand up the middle for Bierbauer. Bierbauer runs very hard, but the defense holds pretty strong there. It's going to be a gain of a couple on the carry.
Bierbauer with the carry. Jake Carr with the tackle for the Panthers.
On the carry by Bierbauer. It'll bring up a second down and 8.
Second and 8.
I've never heard that name anywhere else other than the folks we know from Southeast Kansas with that name. One wide receiver far side, one to the near side. Reason under center. Sends a man in motion almost every play. Turn, quarterback keeper, follows the running back. And I tell you, as big a body as Bierbauer is, he can turn into a fullback real quick. Reason just kind of leaned on him as he went through the hole. And it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. And it'll bring up a third down and 1. Jake Carr in on the action no matter where it goes. If it comes at him, if it goes away from him, he can get in there and make some plays. And the defensive line for Paola's flipping to a key. Turn, hand off. They'll get the first down, move across the 40. It's going to be a gain of a couple, maybe 3 yards on the straight dive by Bierbauer.
Bierbauer with the carry.
And they'll give him 3 yards on that one. It'll bring up a first down and 10 for the Cardinals. If you can't tell, we are smack dab between 2 speakers for the public address announcer. Hopefully you're not picking up a whole lot of that in our microphones, but if you are, that's That's what it is. One wide receiver far side, wings. They'll send the man in motion. They run the option off of that. And Bierbauer, drag a defender forward. I think it's Leighton Moore for a gain of about 6 yards on first down. And the thing about it is, this Eudora team, I think, is disciplined enough. They'll just keep doing that. They're not afraid to just keep running the ball with Bierbauer and wear you down. I haven't seen the Panthers wear it down at all yet this year, but they've not had, I don't think, a straight-ahead run team like this run right at them, other than maybe Tonganoxie, and that darn near wore them down. And it's a different running style than what we saw with the Bowden kid. Quarterback keeper Reason again this time. And he will fall forward for the first down, a gain of about 5 yards on the quarterback keeper by Reason.
Reason with the run for the Cardinals. Tackle made by
and
that run good for a Cardinal.
The other thing I'm noticing here is the fact that they've got so much focus down inside, does Paola, on that between the tackles run. If it ever does get bounced to the edge, there's not going to be anybody left out there. And if your coach is up here for Eudora, hopefully they're not listening to me, because that's something I would probably preach. If you have a play where you can run, dive in, and kick it, you might have a chance. Reason under center. They will send that mode in motion. Turn, handoff again. And he is just barreling forward. And Isaac Brackner got a head full of him and able to bring him down, but not before a gain of 6 yards on the play for Eudora, and they are driving. This drive started throwing 30-yard line with 7:27 to play. We are more than 3 minutes into this drive, and they'll likely go for two, so they've got a chance to tie it up here on this drive late in the first half. Turn, handoff again, Bierbauer, again dragging defenders. And again, a gain of about 5 yards. Up near the 30.
Bierbauer with the carry. Tackle made by Dylan Miller. That run good for a Cardinal.
And he's not completely getting past the D-line. It's not like he's getting to the second level. He's just kind of carrying the first level a little bit further. They're 5 yard gains because he's able to carry that D-line, and the offensive line is getting enough of a push to get him about 4 or 5 yards down the field. And it's working. Coach Dumpert doesn't like to see this, but I guarantee he likes the style. And turn, handoff again for Bierbauer. And his whole theory, if you heard our interview about embrace the grind and 3 yards is celebrated, all that stuff, that's what they're doing right here, but he's getting a taste of his own medicine. Gain of 3 on the pickup. It'll bring up a second down. They gave him 4 yards. We will too, I guess. I don't think it's 4, but second down at 6. This is the 9th play of this drive, forthcoming for Eudora. And again, we're inside 3 minutes to go. This is exactly what they needed here to end this first half. That's already got them in the ball game. Quarterback keeper Reason, good pull, and he's in the open field. He's upended by Isaac Myers, but not before a good gain of about 10 yards on the carry, on the quarterback pull. And he will move it up beyond the 25-yard line up to the 22. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line here for Eudora as they are marching on this one. We got ourselves a ball game here tonight. Just that opening drive, Eudora getting the stop on Paola, I think gave them a little boost of confidence that's carrying over here into the second quarter. Send a man in motion. Quarterback keeper again. Williams coming down, whiffs on him. And it will be another good gain for Reason. A gain of about 5. And the reason that outside is there is because of the success they were having with Bierbauer between the tackles. And now Reason's able to pull that dive instead of give it because things have softened up on the edge. And what happens is if you start focusing and then if you're Paola on the edge, you'll come back with that body blow with Bierbauer and it's into the end zone. So now you got to tighten down and try to cover it all. It's second down and 5 rather from the 17-yard line here for Eudora as they are driving on this one. Turn, pass to the edge, coming our way, throws it up, high points it, and he makes the catch. That was a really well-executed play And again, you just thought it was going to be run, run, run all the way, and it was man on man over here with Isaac Myers, and a very good catch by Gage Hayden, I believe, is the one who went up and get that. It was either him or Silas Eder. I couldn't see if it was 8 or 9. Did you see who it was? But, boy, it was a very good catch as he climbed the ladder, went up and got it. And he pulled it down, and that was from the 17-yard line, so it was a 17-yard pass completion. And they'll go for 2, and they'll get it. We're all tied up. That's the guy who made the touchdown catch. That's number 9, so he accounts for all. Eder makes that catch. And we are tied up at 14. What a drive. That went 11 plays, 70 yards, capped off on a 17-yard pitch and catch from Reason to Eder. And with 1:34 to play in the first half, we are tied up. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Kickoff here for Eudora. Ezekiel Reason to Silas Eder, 6'3", 200-pound junior. And with 1:34 to play, it is tied up at 14.
Kickoff for the Cardinals.
And what's fascinating about this is this is just a runner's battle. That was almost a mistake. Somebody was coming over to get it. I think it was Myers or Moore was coming over maybe to block it. He tripped and fell down. I think it took the attention of the return man off of it. He fumbled it, but no harm, no foul, I guess, as it'll be 1st and 10 from the
Kickoff and the Panthers start over 1st and 10
from the 27-yard line. And so that's where Paola will take over this drive. How aggressive do you want to be at this point? 90 seconds to play in the first half, all tied up, deep inside your own territory at the 27-yard line. And we'll see what they draw up here. The other thing is you don't want to give them the ball back because they will be aggressive. And Williams will settle under center. Gonna pass, looking. Let's see. He's got Pitzer on a wheel route. Boy, that was going to be a big play. It was a very well-designed play, just a little off the mark. I think Pitzer maybe got a little bit tighter than he wanted to, and Williams put it on a spot. And it brings up a 2nd down and 10 now. That does stop the clock at the minute 25. So now you start thinking, okay, how much time do we want to burn here, or do we want to keep taking chances? So an incomplete pass. Williams, I think, has only had that one completion, and that was a touchdown. Eudora, both their touchdowns have been through the air when 97% of their offense has been on the ground. Toss sweep far side, Giovanni Blackie. He's got ahead of steam. It's a running room down the sidelines across the 40 and finally dragged down, but a good gain there for Blackie. 16-yard pickup for Blackie, and they hustled to the line of scrimmage.
That run good for a Panther first down.
Minute 13 and counting. Not in a real big rush for the Panthers here. They do have all 3 of their timeouts. Eudora only with 1. Williams, straight drop. Again, looking, double move. Bo Robinson. It's going to be help coming over from the safety. Robinson's going to have to turn into a defender. And it's a good read by 11 for them, the safety who saw that coming, Matthew Evans, and started coming over to help. And that was about real dangerous because it was almost in double coverage. It wasn't when Williams threw the ball, but by the time it got to Robinson, it was double coverage, and it'll fall incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10 from the 43-yard line. Stops the clock with 58 seconds to play in the first half. Toss sweep, far side, Williams to Blackie again. Their best play's been a toss sweep to Blackie. Big run again. Giovanni drags him down inside the 35-yard line. There's a penalty flag. Is a 26-yard run, 25-yard run.
By Blackie.
But
Evans with the stop.
Likely a hold and likely coming back. And it is a holding call against Paola. Very untimely. Giovanni had a 16-yard run 2 plays ago, and now a 25-yard run is called back on a holding penalty against the Panthers with 50 seconds to play here in the first half. Halftime show will recap how we got to where we are in this first half. We'll walk you around the area, try to find some area scores for you as well, and get you ready for second half action here from Eudora. 2nd down and 6, just across the 45 to the 46-yard line. Williams, that double move again for Robinson. That same play just ran a minute ago. Robinson's going to go up. He's going to make the catch. What a catch by Bo Robinson as he's down at the 25-yard line. What a catch by Robinson, as that is all the way down to the 25. And roughing the passer is going to be tacked onto the end of it as well as the White Hat comes over to talk about it. And again, that was at the 46. 25.
1st and 10, Paola.
Plus 4, a 29-yard pitch and catch. And that was a beautiful catch. He came over and made an indication like it was pass roughing the passer, but they never put it on the end of the play. Isn't that one you would tack onto the end of the play? It's not just decline it and take the play, I don't think. I think you get to add it to the end of the play. Yeah, I want the play and the penalty. Thank you very much. There we go. And the White Hat left his flag at the 35, and so he had to run back and get it. And there's that roughing the passer. And now they're knocking on the door at 43 seconds. Again, this drive started for Paola at their own 27 with 1:30. In less than a minute, they marched it down there inside the 15. Ball's at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Option, toss. Giovanni Blackie cuts inside. He's going to be up near the 5-yard line. And it will be, again, with Paola still all 3 timeouts. That's the fascinating part, that they've been able to do this without calling a timeout until right then. Ooh, a real rough spot. And they're going to put it up to the 8. It's a gain of 5 on the run by Giovanni Blackie. And it will be a timeout taken by Paola. Coming up on our fall schedule, we did volleyball last night. Good win by the Panthers to get a win over Fort Scott. It's not on this schedule. We had to readjust some things, but you kind of see where we're going to be next week with football. Lewisburg coming to town. Excited to be a part of that and watch that rivalry matchup. I don't know if in all my years of broadcasting I've been able to watch those two teams play. I always thought about it, watched those scores, but excited to see how that goes. I like Coach Ebenstein. He's a really nice guy, and we work with them as well. So, and then we'll to be determined on October 30th who the Panthers will play. Again, I said if the season ended today, it would be Paola, the number 1 seed, Ottawa, the number 16 seed. And it will bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line, or 2nd down and 10, rather, from the 2nd down and about 6 for the 8-yard line. Turn, handoff. Fletcher Audie dragging defenders forward. He's going to be close to a 1st down. They'll stop the clock because he's so close, which is huge for Paola. And they just hurry up, take the timeout, actually. And so Fletcher Audie, a gain of about 5, maybe 6 yards. It's close to a 1st down marker. But they're going to say 3rd down, so a gain of 5 on that play. Again, we'll try to update some of these scores at halftime. Fort Scott is at Wamego. I just put that on there because they're one of those 4A teams that's undefeated. They didn't play for 2 weeks, so they have less games right now, but they are undefeated. They're ranked. They're up there in the standings as well. Tonganoxie right now 5-1, taking on a 1-3 Shawnee Mission East team. And a game that got to be put together this week. Piper's at Spring Hill. Ottawa's at Lewisburg. Baldwin's against Santa Fe Trail. Osawatomie, a area team, against Bishop Ward. And Bishop Miege against Bishop Carroll. That's a big matchup there between a couple pretty good teams. Lewisburg's all over Ottawa. Turn. Williams trying to keep it himself, and he's not going to get it. In fact, he's not even going to get the first down. It's going to bring him a fourth down, and they'll have to stop the clock. This will be the final timeout, so Panthers going to be going for it. We'll take the timeout. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com. Fourth down and about 3, but I don't think that matters. I think you're trying to get in the end zone here on fourth down because you've only got 19 seconds left. Paola theoretically could get a first down and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage because they would stop the clock and run a play, but we will see as everybody is in the phone booth right now. Williams will settle under center. Turn, handoff, Blackie. Following those guys forward to barrel forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. That was old school, mano a mano. My guys against your guys. Can you keep us out? And the Panthers push it in with 13 seconds left in the half on a 5-yard touchdown dive by Giovanni Blackie. And they took over that drive again at their own 27-yard line and punched it in. They had it at their own 27-yard line with 90 seconds to play. The official's going to have an official timeout. And Isaac Brackner's going to have to come out of the ball game. Possibly blood. He was waved by the officials to get out, and so they'll bring on and Ian Hyde for the point after. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on its way, and it's good. That's a big touchdown. Remember, Paola will get the ball coming out of the locker room as well. Halftime coming your way in just a minute. We'll wrap up this first half when we return in 30 seconds on Paola Sports Live.
All across the country, people are coming together to speed up what we can learn about health. The All of Us Research Program is calling on 1 million people to join us as we try to change the future of health. For your family, for future generations, for all of us. Visit joinallofus.org and find out how you can become 1 in a million.
So Paola will kick it away now to Eudora. Here with 13 seconds remaining in the first half. I had to tee it up at the 40-yard line. He'll go ahead and try to kick this one a little bit deep. It's still kind of a no-man's land at the 25. Far side return, trying to get up there. Probably a block in the back, didn't get called. Trying to pick his way through. There it is. There's that block in the back penalty as the white hat throws it.
With the kickoff return for the Cardinals.
Caden Ramey got clipped a little bit. Lyles was a good run, but it will be a not great field position. Eudora, if I'm Eudora, you take a knee and you say some thanks and go to the locker room only down by a touchdown against the number 2 ranked team and a team that has buzzsawed through every team except for one this year. And the team they didn't buzzsaw through is a number 3 ranked team. So pretty darn good that you are only down by a touchdown at this point if you are the Cardinals.
Legal block by the Cardinals to push them back down to the
And so I don't expect a lot here on this one other than maybe a kneel down by Eudora. And a guy
official timeout.
injured with some cramps, trying to get off the sideline, not able to do so, so they'll stop the play and work on him a little bit. This all started when Eudora was able to. They didn't have a lot of success on their opening drive, but neither did Paola. And I think that's something that we haven't seen a whole lot of. Teams have kind of fallen behind early, and that gave, I think, Eudora just enough confidence to think we can play with these guys a little bit, and they have. And then they've had some pretty good play calls by their coaching staff to air it up whenever they've wanted to or needed to take advantage and strike. So both their touchdowns are through the air. Bo Robinson playing a big-time safety all the way back at his own 45-yard line, completely off the screen. They just don't want anything over the top. I don't think they're going to see much. It's a kneel down and a halftime. So there you go, 21-14. We've got a ball game tonight here on the banks of the soybean field. Eudora High School giving the Panthers all they can handle. We'll talk about it here when we return at halftime. 21-14, Paola in the driver's seat. We'll talk about it. We're back in 2 minutes. You're watching Paola High School football on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley, it just works.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call us at
913-247-3530.
Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life. Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind. Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Welcome back here at halftime in Eudora. Eudora marching band getting ready to take the field in just a moment. There's your score, 21-14 here at the halftime break. Let's talk about how we got to where we are in that first half. And it all started with Eudora having the opening drive as they would take the ball. Paola winning the toss, electing to defer to the second half, and Eudora opening drive 3 and out. They punt it away. Paola gets a little bit better. They go 8 plays, but an offsides penalty on second down kind of thwarted that drive. They end up punting it. Eudora starts at their own 20. They go 3 and out once again in a punt. Paola gets it back. They go 6 plays, but eventually have to punt it as well. And so we had 4 punts. Both teams punted twice on the first 4 drives of the game, but then things started heating up a little bit. Eudora would take over the ball at the 2:12 mark of the first quarter at their own 20. They would go 7 plays and 80 yards, capped off on a 52-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Ezekiel Reason to wide receiver Jaden Bender. With 10:36 to play, they missed the point after attempt. They went for 2 and missed it, and it's 10:36 to play in the first half. It was 6-0. Paola, though, get it back at their own 30-yard line with 10:29 to play. They go in 8 plays, 70 yards, and capped off on a 7-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. Point after attempt was good with 7:39 to play in the first half. It was 7-6. On the ensuing kickoff, Ian Hyde leaves it kind of in no man's land. They come up and try to get it. Bender does. He can't handle it. It goes off his chest, and it's recovered by the Panthers. 1 play later, a 36-yard pitch and catch from quarterback Garrett Williams to wide receiver Bo Robinson. And with 7:27 to play in the half, the Panthers were in front 14-6 after the point after by Ian Hyde was good. Eudora, though, answers right back as they take over at their own 30, and they go 11 plays, 70 yards, and cap it off on a 17-yard pitch and catch from Reason to Eder once again. Or actually, it's not Bender, it was Eder. Silas Eder, the 6'3", 200-pound junior, catches that one. It was a beautiful pitch and catch. Well defended, just a nice play. Minute 34 to play in the first half. We're knotted up at 14-all. You think it's over? No. Paola takes over with a minute 30 exactly on the clock at their own 27-yard line. They go 7 plays, 63 yards, and cap it off on a 6-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie, his second of the first half. Point after attempt was good at 13 seconds, and it made it 21-14, a kneel down by Eudora, and that's where we stand here at halftime. 21-14 at the break. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back and take a look at some of those halftime stats, try to get you some scores from around the area as well when we return here on the Halftime Show on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com.
So, what is love? Love is being independent. Love is dancing. At Shriners Hospital for Children, love is a new smile.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, love is caring for a child regardless of the family's ability to pay. Learn how you can send your love to the rescue at lovetotherescue.org.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember anything being put in there. Call 811 and make sure that that's identified, that there isn't something there before you make that crossing. Because in the end, we want everybody going home.
Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com. Eudora marching band still out there at halftime, 21-14, your halftime score. Paola in front, BJ Harris along with you as we're at halftime of this Frontier League matchup. A lot of games going on around the area on our network. Right now, Tonganoxie taking on Shawnee Mission East, and Tongi, all they need right there, 21-0. They're leading over the Lancers. Kansas City Piper and Spring Hill are in a good one. Piper at 2-3, Spring Hill at 2-2. Again, Spring Hill coming off a 2-week hiatus with quarantine. They are 7-7 right now in that ball game. 28-0. Lewisburg was leading Ottawa the last time I checked. Other games and scores to pass along to you. Perry Lecompton and Hayden at 0. That's kind of in this neck of the woods where we're sitting right now. Area teams Leavenworth and DeSoto hooked up in a good one as well down the road, as that's one at 21 all. Santa Fe Trail and Baldwin are knotted up at 14 apiece. Those two teams not too far away from one another. Rossville 26, Silver Lake 21 in a big-time matchup of long-time rivals. Blue Valley and Blue Valley Southwest 14-12. We got some good games all around the area. I mentioned Tonganoxie. Wamego up on Fort Scott 12-8. Again, Wamego, I mentioned in the pregame, has played in consecutive weeks. Started with at Paola, then hosted Bishop Miege, and now playing at Fort Scott, or hosting Fort Scott as well. And right now they're finally getting on the right side of things in a ball game. They played Bishop Miege okay, which is promising for them. Centralia 22, Linden 14. Extend that area a little bit. Fort Scott was up on Wamego initially, and Wamego's battled back to take the lead in that matchup. So I'll look at some of those area ball games for you. Those were in the second quarter. Our last update. And at halftime, we have this one right here going on with Paola, a team that has not trailed very many times, if at all, this season. Did trail on this one briefly, 6-0. Came back and took the lead 8-6. It was tied up at 14, and now they lead 21-14 here at the halftime break. We'll take another quick break. We'll come back, start to talk about that second half when we return here on Paola Sports Live.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Hey, I'm Mike Rowe, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Mike Rowe, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright.
Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do.
And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
I used to drive an ambulance as an EMT, and I've always tried to be a safe driver. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. In my car, if I see a truck or bus taking a turn, I know to take my time. When big vehicles turn right, they may swing wide to make the turn. If you try to sneak in, well, it's a lesson you'd rather not learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life.
Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind.
Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Back out here at halftime, the Paola Panthers leading the Eudora Cardinals 21-14 here at the halftime break. The Eudora Regiment, as they call them, marching off the field. One of the longer band performances. They have some doozies out there. And nice job by them here at halftime. Don't forget, coming up next week, we'll have the Panthers hosting Lewisburg. And then most likely, if Paola can get out of Eudora with a victory and next week with one, they'll host most of their games throughout the playoffs. That's one of the cool things I like about that is if they are undefeated, they're the number one seed, then they'll be hosting until they're done. And that's certainly very nice for us. Back to the friendly confines there at Panther Stadium. The volleyball team, I mentioned, we broadcast that last night. They hosted Fort Scott and got them in 4 sets. Won the first 2, dropped the third, won the fourth to get the best 3 out of 5. Against a Fort Scott team that they very well could see in Sub-State. A Sub-State we played at Iola next Saturday, I believe. What's today's date? 16th? Yeah, next Saturday. I believe that is played at Iola in a very winnable Sub-State for the volleyball team, as they will have in that one Chanute, Fort Scott, Iola, Ottawa, and Lebec County, I believe. And I've seen all those teams, a lot of those teams in the tournament a couple weeks ago. And certainly a winnable Sub-State for Paola. So wish Coach Kenny and the Lady Panthers the best of luck with the rest of their season. They host Ottawa on Tuesday and then on to Sub-State. And so they are winding down their season, but a very good opportunity for them, hopefully, to have a crack at punching their ticket to that state tournament. Right now, the Paola football team, ranked number 2 in Class 4A, seeded number 1. If they win into the tournament today, but they are getting all they want from a Eudora Cardinals team that came out with a little fire, and it was only amplified by the fact they played well to begin things.
For the Cardinals, the Cards have
and you know how you get in the wintertime, like you kind of get accustomed to the cold, but that first kind of cold snap is it affects you. Like in 3 months, it'll be 40 degrees, and we'll be like, it's not bad at all at 40 degrees. But right now, it's 40 degrees, and it's cold. The first time we get to do it is up top on a press box with a little bit of wind.
Well, I'm accustomed to 72 degrees no matter what time of year it is because I'm a homebody and stay inside. So.
That's the reason my air conditioner was on for a minute, like just because it got a little bit warm the other day.
Yeah, there was a meme that said like you go back and this is the time of the year where you go back and forth from the air conditioner to the heater, and that's definitely our house, which makes you mad.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's 60 degrees outside with the air conditioner on at one point. Drives me nuts. But how about you? How about some air conditioning right now? You like that? This is a 40-degree air conditioning. But it is football weather, and we got a football game, so we'll talk about that as we continue on here in this one. Paola striking late. They took over a drive with 1:30 to go in the half at their own 27-yard line, went 63 yards in 7 plays. A 29-yard pitch and catch from Garrett Williams to Bo Robinson was the big play on that one, as well as a 16-yard run by Giovanni Blackie. And now here we go into the second half. That touchdown was big also because Paola will get the ball to start this second half, and they could take a 2-touchdown lead if they're able to do some work with this one right here. And so Paola will start this drive. Kicking it away for the Cardinals is number 22, Matthew Majette. He'll kick it short. Myers is going to field it at the 22-yard line. Center return. Big hole. Myers. A nice return for Myers of about 23 yards or 21 yards as he goes across the 40 up near the 43-yard line. And so Paola will have pretty good field position as they'll start when they put this ball down at the 43.
Paola starts off at their own 43.
And I don't think it's a scheme deal. I don't think it's anything. I mean, Eudora's doing funky. I think it's just matching up pretty well. Toss sweep far side, Fletcher Audie. Audie, who kind of got going late in that first half. Fletcher had a run of 5. The drive before that, he had a couple of big chunk yards as well. And Audie will pick up 9 yards, and they are quick to the line of scrimmage here.
2nd and 1.
Williams, settle under center. He'll keep it himself. Turns it up inside. He's got the first down across the 45 up near the 44-yard line. They'll give it to the 43. It's a gain of 5 on the play.
Tackle made by Cale Lynch.
Lynch on the carry on the tackle.
That run good enough for a first down for the Panthers.
And now the Panthers are driving a little bit. I think they saw a few things on that last drive, that last minute 30, that they can maybe exploit a little bit. And one of it's a heavy dose of Audie and then hitting them with a little bit on the outside with Giovanni Blackie. Watch the pass here. First down and 10. Turn, handoff, Blackie. Oh, he hits the hole in such a hurry. I mean, he is like he shot out of a cannon. I mean, his speed, all these guys really, but man, that was impressive. It's going to be a gain of 5 on the run by Blackie.
Stop made by Cale Lynch.
And so far in 3 plays, you've seen
Gain of 5.
Audie, then Williams, then Blackie, and they can just kind of keep that going, that little rotation. Good luck trying to stop it. Carr's going to flip from right to left. Going to be an overload this way with Pitzer in the wing. Williams, turn, handoff, Blackie again, hits it in a hurry. He's got the first down. As he gets across the 35 up near the 32-yard line, it'll be a gain of about 6.
Blackie with the carry. Tackle made by Cale Lynch and Cale Hammerschmidt.
And so it's 1st and 10 now from the 32-yard line. Panthers doing exactly what they wanted to do coming out of the locker room. See if they can keep it going. Again, everybody to the left side. Robinson split out to the far side. Fullback's Audie, the tailback's Blackie. Williams in at quarterback. He'll get under center. Turn, handoff, Blackie. Always breaks that first tackle and then drags the second one. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, somebody coming through, but able to get off of it. And a nice pickup of about 6 yards on first down for Giovanni Blackie.
Gain of 6. 2nd and 4.
And they bring up a 2nd down and 4 here for the Panthers, just shy of the 20-yard line. The nose of the ball just about 3 inches from that 20-yard marker. This time a little more balanced set with tight end to the near side Carr and wing to the far side Pitzer.
Yeah, that's right.
Turn, handoff, Blackie again, and he'll just keep on coming at you. That's going to be a gain of about 5 yards.
Tackle made by Bierbauer.
And Blackie has had 4 straight carries, 5 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards. That's pretty good. You can win a lot of games with the dude can do that. Just inside the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. They're not going to be in a real hurry now. Under 9 minutes to play here on this opening drive of the second half. Panthers trying to take a 2-touchdown lead. Turn, handoff. This time Audie's going to get a hand on it, and he will fall just shy of the 15-yard. It's going to be a gain close to 5 yards by Fletcher Audie.
Carry for the Panthers. Tackle made by the Cardinals, Nate Creaky.
We'll say officially again a 4 to bring up a 2nd down and 6. As they need to get beyond the 10-yard line to get a 1st down. And now they're in the don't be in a big hurry, run some time off the clock and get that 2-score lead here. Turn, handoff, Blackie, good cut across the 10. Now he bounces off 1 tackle, going towards the goal line, trying to get his 3rd score of the ball game. He's going to be just shy. A prettier 9-yard run you will not see in his ability to hit the hole and then find the 2nd hole, as it's going to be a run of 9 yards by Giovanni Blackie, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. This drive will be more than 4 minutes long before it's over, if it's over right now, on this next play. Williams under center. Turn, keeping himself behind Fletcher Audie, and he's going to be just shy. Somebody coming up making that play. I thought maybe he was in there for a second, but Matthew Evans making a nice play defensively for Eudora.
Hammersmith and Evans.
And it will bring up a
2nd and goal, Panthers.
2nd down, no gain on that one. And now they'll quick to the line of scrimmage. Williams trying to get it, and this one's going to be 3rd down. He's not going to get it here.
Cardinals line, stop.
Now that momentum starts to get going a little bit. Back-to-back quarterback keepers not working. We'll see if the next one can go. We're almost 5 minutes now into this drive. They got 2 more cracks at it. I mean, plenty of time on the play clock as well. Turn, handoff, Blackie, pay the man. Into the end zone, touchdown, as that is his 3rd score of the ball game. He did a lot of the work on that one. On what was the 11th play of that drive, Blackie takes it in from 1 yard out, and the Panthers are up by 2 scores with a point after forthcoming. 11 play, 57-yard drive. And Ian Hyde on to kick the point after. Snaps back, holds down, kick is on its way. Nothing but net. 28-14, a almost exactly 5-minute drive for the Panthers pays off. And we're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Paola football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Affordable with plans starting at just $34.95. No throttling, no tricks. More upload speed and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
How about to start the second half in a 1-touchdown game? You take the ball and go 11 plays, 57 yards, take 5 minutes and 2 seconds off the clock, and cap it off on a 1-yard touchdown run by Giovanni Blackie. Blackie on that drive alone had 6 carries in the 11 plays. And now Eudora is going to have to answer now if they want to have a chance to stay in this ball game. Short kick going to be fair caught for at the 25-yard line. And so that's where it will start, just beyond the 25-yard line. It went right at Bender since he squandered that one opportunity. And now Eudora will have it at their own, officially 25-yard line. There was 6:53 to play in the third. Wind kind of picked up a little bit. You think? The flags show a south wind. Boy, sure doesn't feel like a south wind.
What does the south wind feel like?
It's usually warmer, right? Things are warmer in the south. Wouldn't a wind coming from that direction feel warmer? I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. Handoff near side. Lyles is going to be brought down for a gain of about 5 yards on the carry by the speedster Octavius Lyles, 5'6", 155-pound sophomore. And Carr makes the tackle to bring up a second down and 5. And this is how they've started drives. They've had positive yards. That's one thing that Eudora has done that we have not seen from some of the other teams that have struggled against Paola is make mistakes, have negative plays. You know, Kesey Piper was pretty good, but they had a bunch of plays that lost 5, 6, and then one had lost 19 yards on a sack on what they were trying to do an end around. And Eudora hasn't done that to themselves tonight. And only the one turnover. Turn, hand up at the middle, Bierbauer, and this time he is buried. Probably his least successful run of the ball game. It's going to be maybe a yard on the play to make a third down and 4. Stanchfield with the tackle, and it'll bring up a third down and 4. It's a chance for the Paola Panthers to take complete control of this game right here if they can force a punt and get the ball back and have another long drive. White hat. He is Johnny on the spot with the blood game tonight, as he has identified those guys, the droplets.
Maybe it's the
bringing out these guys. It could be the white uniforms. It shows it more. Yeah. I was talking to my wife here, who's running camera, about being a color analyst, and she was all over it, mostly to talk about the uniform colors.
I did watch Still Magnolias, so I know all about color.
Of course you did. I probably have too. I don't want to admit to it, but I will.
I do like.
Is that the one where she says because I'm older and I have more insurance?
No. That's fried green.
Oh, fried green tomatoes. No, are those not the same movie?
The old lady buys the radio station.
You're distracting.
She's the color.
I get it.
person,
Okay.
and she talks about the uniforms.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So your joke was funnier before I knew that you'd stole it from a movie. But most of my jokes are stolen from movies.
For me.
Now they've got it sorted out, and here we go. Third down and 4. Wide receiver far side, one to the near side. They need to pick this up through the Cardinals. Send a man in motion, hand it to him. Penalty flag. I think they had 2 guys in motion. He's going to be at the first down marker, just gets across it, but a penalty flag does sit in the backfield, and it's an illegal shift. Too many guys in motion. Coach trying to ask for an explanation, but too many guys in motion will back them up. That was going to be a conversion. They just got across the 35, which is where they needed to get to, but it's going to back them up 5 yards instead. And it'll bring up a third down and 9 now. For 2 guys moving at the same time before the snap. You can't have 2 guys moving. You can have one guy, a few guys moving. There's some identified guys that are allowed to move before the snap, but you can't have more than one. It'll bring up a third down and 9. And this is going to be a much tougher for them to overcome at the 26-yard line. Third down and 9 with Reason under center. Bierbauer, the tailback. 2 wings, straight drop, looking. Lets it fly. He's got his man batted out of the air. Who made that play? How about Isaac Myers coming up and playing some defense? Man on man with the guy who had the nice touchdown catch a little bit ago in Silas Eder. But Isaac Myers coming in big and making that play, knocking it away, and forces a 4th down. And
brings up 4th and long for Eudora.
A punting situation here for the Cardinals. High snap. He'll be able to get a boot into it, a good one. And Panthers are just going to get away from it. Takes a very nice Eudora roll all the way down inside the 30-yard line. About a 40-plus yard punt with no return. At the 29-yard line is where Paola will start. At their own 29 here with 5:08. So the Panthers had a 5-minute and 2-second drive, and Eudora only took about a minute off the clock, a minute and a half off the clock, and it will bring up a drive now. If the Panthers could take this into the fourth quarter, they'd be thrilled about that. 5-plus minute drive again would be just what they ordered. And that drive that they had, that Panthers scored on to start this second half, was 11 plays, but it started at the 43-yard line. So a good field position, just able to chunk 5-6 yards at a time and punch it in. Williams under center. Hand it off right side for Giovanni Blackie. And Blackie's going to have a nice run on first down of about 8 yards.
Blackie with the carry.
The other thing, other than a big long pass play that Eudora has done that other teams haven't, is limit the home run. The home big hitter, the big one that went for 80 yards. We've had one of those almost in every game. And while they've given up 6 or 7 yards a run, they haven't given up the 50-yarder. And I feel it coming. But Blackie just keeps coming at you. 2nd down and 2. Turn, they'll give it to him again. And he's got the first down across the 40, up near the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on 2nd down and short.
With the carry and first down for the Panthers.
It'll be 1st and 10.
And Bierbauer with the tackle for the Cardinals.
Proud of me for what?
For your counting.
Yeah, this is the only place I'm good at math. And I'm not really that good at it. Wide receiver far side Robinson. A wing to the near side, it's Pitzer. And then split back now with Audie and Blackie in the backfield. See what they draw up here. Quarterback keeper all the way. And it'll be brought down. And a nice play there. That's a good-looking cat. And number 17 for them, Jaden Ham. He's a sophomore. Remember this name, Jaden Ham, 6'4", 210 sophomore. And he looks like a grown man out there. And he's that near side DN. I would be shocked if he's not a big name in the future for Eudora. He has got the frame that colleges love. It's still a gain of about 3 yards on the carry by Williams. Option, ball's loose. This is big play right here. Williams was able to spin back, but did he get on it? The reaction from the coaches on the far side is no, it's a fumble.
Recovered by the Cardinals.
And that was at the mesh point
Matthew Evans with the
for
recovery
the Panthers. They just never had a good mesh there on the dive, and then he was trying to pull it, and when he pulled it, it came out loose. And now Eudora with a little bit of momentum and the ball here, and good field position as they're going to start inside Panther territory. And so now we're even on turnovers. Both teams have coughed one up, one on special teams for Eudora. And now the Panthers giving one back and a gift for Eudora. Straight drop, looking to pass. Pressure come, he lets it fly. He's got his man down the sideline. He makes the catch. He's inside the 15, knocked it out of bounds at the 10. That was completed to number 10, Gavin Hobson, or number 5 rather, Cale Lynch. And that was at the 44.
That's made by Pitzer. That pass catch and run good for a Cardinal.
The 32-yard pitch and catch. It's out at the 11 to Lynch, and they're knocking on the door now. Take the turnover, turn it into a big play. And Reason will go under center. Sends a man in motion, pulls it. Option, quarterback keeper. And knocked it out of bounds. Escorted out of there by Jack Earlywine, short of the 5-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, maybe 4.
Earlywine with the stop for Paola.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Knocked out of bounds. The clock stops with 3:10 to play here in the third. I have not changed that quarter. I apologize. We are in the third quarter of this one. Reason under center. Sends a man in motion. Turn, handoff. Bierbauer, big fella, into the end zone. His first score of the ball game. It's a 7-yard touchdown run by Bierbauer. And they make quick work of the turnover by Williams. Do the Cardinals as they go 3 plays, 44 yards. Capped off on a 7-yard run by Bierbauer. Now they'll go for 2. They have not kicked at all in this one. And so the 2-point conversion. Reason. Keep it. Barreling. They hold. That's a big play. Remember that one right there, as a 2-point conversion is no good. And so it will stay an 8-point game, 28-20. Here with 3:04 to play in the third. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live. Presented by Go Brawley.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is the area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you place that faulty trimmer or mower, bring it to Hers and let their experts get you back to work. Hers also takes care of hydraulic hoses, cylinder reseal, and mechanical control cables, such as push-pull, brake, throttle, and more. Plus, they carry quality equipment like Bobcat mowers, Steiner tractors, grass trimmers, and more. Hers is even a UPS drop-off station. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Eudora not going quietly into the night here as they are climbed back into this one now after the Panthers took their first 2-score lead of the night. They fumble on their next drive after a good 3-and-out. They're a good defensive stop. They get it back and they fumble it away. Eudora quick work of it. 3 plays, 44 yards, capped off on a 7-yard touchdown run by Braden Bierbauer. And now Paola needs to get that ball back. They're going to try it onside. That is a gutsy move, but a good one. Paola has not been very good on the onside kicks. I think they might have got a nice bounce to get in their hands. That was well executed by Eudora. Remember back to that Spring Hill game where Spring Hill had 3 straight onside kicks. They got 2 out of the 3. And if they had got the third, I think they would have won that game. I mean, it was getting the things that the bus wheels had fallen off the bus that bad that if Spring Hill gets the third onside kick, they're going to go down and score, I think. And luckily for Paola, they do not give it up and they get it back. And so I think Eudora probably having that in the back of their mind. Be good field position. Toss sweep Audie. And he'll fall forward for a gain of a couple. As they start at their own 45-yard line after the onside kick. Give him 4 yards on the carry to bring up a 2nd down and 6. We'll flip everything to the right side. Tied into the right car, wing to the right is Blackie. It'll be Pitzer and Audie in the backfield. And the coach is not in a big hurry. 9 seconds on the play clock now as they get the play in. Williams under center. Turn. Option. Keep it. Follow his blockers. In behind.
Garrett Williams, the ball carrier.
Caden Ramey, who's into the ball game. I mentioned there's a chance he travels with 2 jerseys because he's 44 or 54, depending on what they need. And right now he's 54. I didn't recognize the number because I haven't seen it much this year, but then I saw how, the dude under the jersey and pretty recognizable. It's a gain of a couple. And it brings up a big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 3. Turn. Blackie. And he's going to be close but not have enough. This can be decision time for Coach Dumper.
Blackie on the carry. Tackle made by Cale Lynch. 4th down. Panthers.
And so now it brings up a 4th down and 1. Forward. Williams didn't get it the first time he did on the second effort. He did not have it on the first effort. It was stopped, but he got going backwards, fell off the initial pile, and it's going to be enough for a 1st down. That's a big run and a big conversion there, and a penalty flag came down. I saw something come out. I thought it was a beanbag, and I didn't understand why he would be throwing a beanbag there for a fumble.
Against the Panthers.
They're going to say he was getting helped from behind. That is a very rare penalty. I mean, I've not seen it very often. I don't know if I've ever seen it in high school. I'm sure Coach doesn't like that call. The call is that when he got up into the line of scrimmage, a running back came up behind him and was pushing him, and most people don't call that. Most officials don't ever call that. You don't see it very often, and they saw it and decided to call it, and that is a tough break.
We'll have it 4th and 6 following the penalty.
As it will be a punt, and that is exactly what Eudora wanted to do there. Paola did not want to do. Williams, again, remember, he's got kind of the green light on a fake if he wants to take it. If he can see it, if it's open, he'll take it. He thought about it, I think, for a second. He's going to have a good punt. Decent roll for the Panthers as it will roll inside the 20 out about the 19-yard line. But you can kind of hear a little chatter.
The Panther punt down after 19. The Stars will have it 1st and 10.
2.5 minutes of game time ago. It's been about 8 minutes of real time, but game time ago, 2.5 minutes. Paola was up 2 touchdowns with all the momentum. 2.5 minutes later, Eudora's got the ball with the chance to go down and tie here in the third quarter with 1:09 to play in this third quarter. And with the football at their own 19-yard line. Reason will be under center. End around this way. Good job by Williams to keep that outside. And what will look like it was going to be a huge gain ends up being still pretty good, but not as good as it could have been.
Lyles with the carry for the Cardinals.
And a nice carry by Lyles.
Walker takes him out of bounds after a gain of 7.
It will be a gain of 7 yards and a 2nd down and 3. And with the clock stopped as it goes out of bounds, Eudora is not going to be in a big rush. They don't need to be at all. With just the 30. Or just the third quarter starting to come to an end. Reason again under center. Keeps it himself, pulls it out. Audie's there, makes it good. Grab of him, and then help comes from Bassett. Along with Pitzer, and Bassett's going to throw him down late, and it's going to be dealer's choice on the late hit. I mean, that was real close.
Progress stopped by Bassett.
I mean, you'd expect the officials that would call the previous penalty on Paola to call that type of penalty as well, but just a little bit, not quite late enough. Run by the quarterback, gains 2 to bring up a 3rd down and very short 1. And now that's going to be a penalty against the Paola sideline, I think. Maybe the Eudora sideline. I don't know who was yelling. I heard somebody yelling.
Penalty flag on the field.
We'll see what this official decides to call here. Just a warning against him. The sideline warning's usually used if they're out on the field. You don't see them get warnings very often for personal fouls for coaches, John, to the officials. You don't get that very often. In basketball, they'll do that from time to time. They'll say, "Hey, coach, sit down." That was a "Hey, coach, sit down" is what that was, without the penalty. But I heard him clear up here. We are 100 yards away. I get headphones on, and I didn't make out the words, but I made out the sentiment. And it will bring up a 3rd and short. Eudora with a little momentum, 39 seconds to play here in the third. Reason with it under center. And the offensive line jumped off sides. Boy, from 3rd and short, 72 leaned a little bit. Zach Van Diest. And it will be a 5-yard penalty. So from 3rd and inches, it'll be 3rd and 5 after the false start.
3rd and 6 now for Eudora.
They say 6 officially. Well, that's all they have to do. I have other stuff I'm doing also. So 3rd down and 5. This is a big play. One of the biggest of the game. Drop, lets it fly. He's got his man. He's not quite to the 1st down. He does get there. and knocked it out of bounds. That's the guy who had the touchdown earlier in Silas Eder. And so on 3rd and 5, he picks up 11, maybe 12.
Stop made by Isaac Myers.
And it's across the 35, up near the 36, maybe 37-yard lines where they do mark it down. And it will bring up a 1st down and 10 now for the Cardinals. Ahead of steam here as they look to wrap up the 3rd quarter. Turn, handoff, Bierbauer, penalty flag comes in. This is likely illegal shift again, which is, if it's illegal shift, what's that mean? I just explained it to you. More than one guy moving at the time. We see, I didn't see what the call was yet, but if that's what it is, I can't explain it. I don't have the time to explain it to you here. And there it is. That is the call. If you haven't picked it up in our 15 years of marriage, you're not going to pick it up here tonight. That's okay. 32-yard line. This will back them up. And that clock stopped with 1 second to play here in the 3rd. So they'll get to run a play here, I believe. Unless when they wind the clock, it's over. And it is. That's what's going to happen. That's how we're going to end the 3rd quarter. What has been a fantastic ball game ends kind of oddly. No, they're going to give one untimed down. Nobody's, I don't know. They did. They got to run a play, and it's not going to go well for Eudora. They would have wished to have had the end of the quarter. Instead, they ran into a bunch of guys. Led by Jake Carr, and that's how the 3rd quarter will end. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Are you ready for a new kind of internet? Then it's time for Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Reliable and fast. Priced right, with plans starting at $34.95. No throttling, no tricks, more upload speed, and the best service. Just ask our customers. Experience a new kind of internet. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit GoBrawley.com. Go Brawley. It just works.
Miami County Dance Movement is a place to inspire kids. Miami County Dance Movement is one big family with loving teachers. Miami County Dance Movement is where I'm learning to be flexible in dance and my life.
Miami County Dance Movement is so amazing because everybody is so loving and kind.
Miami County Dance Movement is like a second family to me.
Second down and a long way, more than 15 yards, maybe 16 yards here for Eudora. Backed up to their own 31-yard line as we start this 4th quarter of play. Straight drop for a reason, lets it fly, and that is into a mass of people. Nothing really there at any time. And it will bring up a 3rd down and long.
Brings up 3rd and long for the Cardinals.
The defense tightening when they need to right now for Paola. And it will bring up a 3rd down and 15, maybe 16. 16 is what they have on the board here on what will be the second play of this 4th quarter. Again, Panthers took a 2-touchdown lead to start the second half. But that was done away with after a turnover by Paola. They'll pass again, throwing it up to their big guy again, and just out of his reach. That's a pretty good wide receiver in number 9, Silas Eder. 6'3", 200 at junior. I mean, that's another name. He's not kidding. This Eudora team, I'm not sure who the next quarterback is, but this Eudora team is pretty good. I mean, they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, I feel, in the Frontier League next year. And they're already a pretty good handful right now. But a punt situation is what's up now. So he'll snap it back, get a good boot into one. Pretty good punter. It'll be fair caught by Garrett Williams. He falls down. Got to jump on it. He was not in a big rush to get back there, it seemed like, or just couldn't. Just a few miscues. And they were in a hurry to get down there. They get there a hair sooner, and it's another turnover.
First and 10 Panthers.
And they'll have it, though, at the own 26-yard line. Here with 11:41 to play in this fourth quarter. Coach talked about in our pregame that they've got that target on their back. Everybody's looking at them right now. They've won 16 out of the last 17 games, dating back to last year's 10-1 season. And it'll bring up a first down and 10 now from the 26-yard line. Williams turn, handoff, Blackie. And he goes across the 30. Up near the 31, it'd be a gain of 5 yards.
Giovanni Black.
On the run by Giovanni Blackie.
Tackle made by Kale Lynch.
We're going to be second down and 5. Now you'll see the Panthers really start to grind that clock. If they can get this thing down under 5-6 minutes with a 2-touchdown lead, that's exactly what they would like to see.
Second and 5 Panthers.
Toss sweep, far side, Blackie. He's going to have the first down and more. Across the 40. He's got a head of steam. Look at those guys downfield. Look at the big fellas. Brackner down there. Stanchfield. Big guys, 10, 15 yards downfield. And that is a nice gain of 16 yards on the run. And official timeout. Do you see some more blood? 16-yard pickup. Blackie, he's had himself a ball game. Certainly over 100 yards, I think, in this one. Somebody tying a shoe. Or stretching for, I don't know. What's going on down there? Cody Hendrickson, center. Getting squared away. First and 10 at the 47-yard line. Williams, Blackie again, little stutter step. It's a subtle move. Boy, that's a good run on first down and 10. His little stutter step in the hole, when the hole's not exactly there, he still has the ability to just a slight hesitation and then explode forward. They're saying there might have been a fumble on the play. His forward progress, I think, was stopped more than anything. It should be Panther football, and it's going to be. It'll be a gain of 9 yards. And how about Blackie already on this drive? 3 carries, 30 yards.
Gain of 9 on the play. Second and 1.
Second down and 1. Full house backfield. Turn, handoff. Nope, going to pass it. Williams, he's got his man out of the backfield. Pitzer, first down across the 40.
Williams pass complete to Pitzer.
And that'll be a gain of about 5 yards on the pitch and catch. To Pitzer.
Pitzer goes out of bounds on his own at the 38.
Stops the clock with 10:18 to play here in the fourth quarter. 28-20. Been a good game. Physical, hard fought. Both teams doing what they came in and planned to do. Just battling it out. Williams, handoff. Blackie steps over one would-be tackler. Breaks off another one. He's got another gain of about 10 yards. Man, running with authority right now. At the 38-yard line, he goes all the way down to the 27. And so an 11-yard run by Giovanni Blackie and moving the chains once again. You just need to stay in bounds, run some clock. Mostly saying that for myself. To answer my question from about 4 hours ago, should I put some pants on underneath these pants? The answer is yes. But I chose not to, and I'm regretting that. A little bit. Turn, handoff. Blackie again. A man among boys right now as he runs it up to the 20-yard line. And that'll be a nice little easy 6 yards for him. It'll bring up a second down
Blackie with the carry.
And 4.
Tackle made by Lynch.
5 out of the 6 plays have been Giovanni Blackie, and he seems like he's still coming at you. Coach talked about a couple weeks ago when I brought up Giovanni to Coach and said how strong he is, especially the bottom half. His legs, his ability to drive. He said he's surprisingly strong, is what he said. And it brings up a 2nd down and 4 at the 20-yard line. Toss this time. Just a different way to get him the ball. Follows his blocker. That is Fletcher Audie, too. You want to get a good film there, find Fletcher Audie out in front, laying people down at that fullback spot as he gains another 5 yards, maybe 6. And Stanchfield's out there as well, laying people down. And it's inside the 15 now at the 14-yard line. 56 or 65, whatever number he is not sure about what day it is, perhaps right now. 9:19 to play in this one. Injury timeout. We'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live.
Number one, obviously, is safety. We definitely call 811 to find out if there are any buried lines, fiber optic, whether it be telephone or pipeline or anything. Don't take a chance. Don't think you know and say, well, I don't remember.
Cut that one short as they are right back on it on the field after the injured player popped up and got off the field, thankfully, under his own power. And it will bring up a 1st down and 10 from just beyond the 15-yard line here for the Panthers, who are putting together a pretty good drive here. They haven't probably taken up as much time as they like, as a lot of these plays have ended up out of bounds. But Giovanni Blackie, another touch, another broken tackle, another drag. Here comes a penalty flag from the near sideline judge. Probably going to be a holding penalty against Paola.
Tackle made by Gage Hayden for the Cardinals.
It was another gain of 5-6 yards.
Holding goes against the Panthers.
So this one's going to come back on what would have been the 8th play of this drive. Started at their own 26-yard line, 11:41. It's almost 3 minutes old now. But a big holding penalty. Luckily, it's on 1st down. Usually you can overcome those a little bit. And they called it a spot also, so it was in the backfield was where that happened, or right at the line of scrimmage. So it's a 10-yard penalty, backs him up. It's 2nd down, or 1st down and 10. 1st down and 20, from the 24-yard line. Game clock winding. Williams under center. Toss it to Blackie. He's got all those guys out in front of him. And it's going to be a pretty good pickup. He'll pick up a big majority of those penalty yards. And if you're Giovanni Blackie and you get tossed the ball and you look in front of you and out in front is Fletcher Audie, and along with him is Demarius Bassett, you got to feel pretty good about how things are going to work out. As he picks up 9 yards on that one. And this is the 9th play of this drive. Give it to him again. Same play. This is just keep giving it to him. And he is going to be up back to about the 11-yard line, maybe inside the 10, or right at the 10.
Blackie with the carry.
And it'll be a gain of 6.
Tackle made by Bierbauer.
And a timeout going to be taken by Eudora. Need to stop the clock perhaps a little bit on that. And also it brings up a 3rd down. It's 2-down territory here as they'll have 2 cracks at this one to get the 1st down. They need to get to about the 4. We'll see what they decide to do when we return on Paola Sports Live.
Elliott Group is a proud supporter of Paola and USD 368. At Elliott Group, we work, live, and shop in your local communities. Serving Miami and Johnson counties for more than 45 years, Elliott Group understands your needs. As an independent insurance agency, Elliott Group works with numerous carriers to find the coverage that best fits your needs. In Paola, call 913-294-2110 or visit ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
28-20, 7:54 to play here in the ball game. Paola with it knocking on the door. They need to get a first down, though, to try to keep this one alive. They've got it third down and about 6 from right at the 10-yard line. Basically need to get to the 4 here in 2 plays. You also have a kicker in Ian Hyde who's been pretty good, pretty consistent. What's his length? I don't know on a kick, but a field goal would certainly probably put this one almost out of reach, but I don't think that's what they're thinking about here. Turn handoff again, Blackie falling forward again. They just need to kind of get a couple yards, try to chop it in half. They end up getting 2 on the run.
Blackie on the carry, stops short of the first down. Be 4th down.
He's had 6 straight carries. And they are going to kick the field goal.
4th and 4 for the Panthers.
I think that's something they talked about already. This will be a 25-yard field goal for Ian Hyde.
Ryan Sloan, the holder.
Sloan, hold back, kick is up, on its way. And it is good. Nice hit, 25 yards for Ian Hyde. And that is a big one as it puts him up 31-20 with 7:17. So it's a full touchdown plus lead now. And that is a big one by Ian Hyde. Timeout, we'll take it. We're back at 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live. Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics are committed to providing quality health care for area families. With comprehensive solutions, Iron Horse Dental and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics will listen and take the time to truly understand your needs, goals, and lifestyle. State-of-the-art equipment, techniques, and facilities combined with a new approach to oral care. That's what you get with Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry and Dr. Laura's Orthodontics. To learn more, visit them online at drlaurasortho.com or ironhorsedental.com. And it's 31-20. Panthers do what they need to do on that drive. They end up going 10 plays. 74 yards, cap it off on a 25-yard field goal by Ian Hyde. And well, we turn it to the far side, being tracked down by Caden Ramey, and he drags him down. It's a nice open field tackle by the big fella up at about the 17-yard line, and that's where Eudora will start this drive. As they will start at their own 17, maybe 18 is where they mark it here with 7:11 to play. And it will be Reason under the center. He'll turn, hand off. Cut back against the grain. Bierbauer going to be thwarted there. Jake Carr, imagine that. Along with Jaquan Rogers.
Dale Lynch with the carry for the Cardinals. Tackle made by Jaquan Rogers.
And this is, I
play,
forgot to, we got another channel, I'm sorry, I got to turn off live chat. And all the years we've been doing this, I've never had any issues with live chat during broadcast until this year, so trying to turn that off on another one of ours before we do something silly. And it'll be a carry by Reason. It'll be a gain of a few. You bring up a third down at about 5, maybe 4. Third down. This is for Eudora. This is a ball game right here. They need to pick up a first down. They're probably in 4-down territory at this point, down by 11. Turn, handoff, Bierbauer, hit. He's not going to have the first down. He's going to be stopped just short I don't know who had that, but it was a beautiful tackle. I think it's Leighton Moore coming up and filling the hole. Coach is starting to put a little bit more on his shoulders. Future starter at that linebacker spot. In fact, I think he's getting more playing time as well. I think giving Isaac Brackner a little bit of breathers as he plays guard as well. The leading tackler Brackner is, but Leighton Moore doing what he needed to do there. Now it's 4th down. 5:15 to play here in the ball game.
Short gain on the play brings up 4th and 2 for the Cardinals.
Fourth down. Going to be close. I think they're going to get it. Forward progress got him almost to the 30, and so it'll be a gain of about 2 yards. And that'll move the chains here as they get up just shy of the 30-yard line. But they're going to have to get a little pep in their step. Eudora with 2 timeouts, Paola with 3. It's 1st down and 10. Almost both these teams pretty much play Ironman football, meaning there's only a couple on each side of the ball that don't play the other side. I can tell you that front 4 right now for Paola. Myers got to play for it. And nice catch. A very good throw by Reason. As it's a pitch and catch of about 24 yards, 25 yards, when they put it down at the 46-yard line.
Isaac Myers with the stop for the Panthers. That pass catch and run good for a Cardinal.
And it moves the chains. It puts him inside Panther territory. It's a beautiful throw. Myers has got to find that ball a little quicker. He turned his head. It looked like he was in pretty good position. He wasn't beat, but didn't look back to find the ball, I don't think, soon enough. And it fell right where it needed to with the receiver. Reason under center. He'll keep it this time himself, and he'll fall forward for a couple, maybe 3 yards, 4 yards. And bring up a 2nd down and 6. Remember, I kept saying, it's going to be cold. And you kept going, why do you keep telling me that? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And you have been fine. Proud of you. But it is cold. I wasn't wrong. I am a wimp when it comes to cold. I can promise you that. We will have a very short postgame show. 2nd down and 6. Straight drop. Looking to pass. Throwing it. He's got his man wide open down the field. Can he make it? He does. And he will go into the end zone. A big pitch and catch, 42 yards. And that was a blown coverage. Somebody wasn't able to get over there and make that play. Garrett Williams slams his hands together, and that's a touchdown pitch and catch to Lynch. Number 5, another one. 42 yards, and don't go anywhere. This is still plenty of a ball game now. Scoring that quickly. They took over that drive with 7:11 to play. And now Paola's going to get it back. They're going to need to get a couple first downs. Eudora's going to have 2 timeouts. They'll go for 2 here. The chance to pull it to within a field goal. The big play here. Straight drop. He's got his man, throws it out behind him, and it is incomplete. And it will.
2-point try, no good, but the Cardinals do close within 5.
It'll go no good. It'll make it 31-26. Well, I am impressed by this Eudora team. They have done very good. Paola's going to get it back. Don't forget, Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Go Brawley is changing what is possible. Experience a new kind of internet with Go Brawley. For more information, call 913-837-4678 or visit gobrawley.com. And so we will go. Don't forget, coming up next week, we'll be at action back in Paola, indoors, for us. The football game will still be played outdoors. But it will be a rivalry matchup. Miami County, what Coach say in our interview, but my old Miami County throwdown with Paola and Lewisburg to round out the regular season portion of the schedule. And then that week number 9 kind of play-in game. They'll set the brackets and seed it 1 through 16 on the east, 1 through 16 on the west, and whoever's still staying at the end puts up a plaque in their hallway and get to tell stories about it when you're 40, almost 40 years old like I didn't get to tell that story. It's going to be an onside kick, perhaps. They will kick the onside kick. It's going to be a flag. It's going to come down on an offsides against
Flag on the play.
Eudora. Oh, he said it's against Paola.
Against Paola.
So they're going to get a chance to re-kick it, move it forward 5 yards, and re-kick it most likely. And so they'll move it forward 5 yards and re-kick that onside kick. Sloan, Nick Walker.
5-yard penalty on the play, and the Cardinals will kick again.
Logan Newkirk on that hands team here on this near side. Isaac Myers and Giovanni Blackie back to receive. It's a 5-point game. I don't think that really mattered on the 2-point conversion as much as I kind of thought about it. I was wondering about this. They have Sloan over here, and he's got good hands, but I was wondering where Garrett Williams was on the hands team. And he'll flip and come over here. And here's another attempt. No, they're going to kick it deep. You got to cover this one. Myers. Oh, my goodness. It's going to go into the end zone. Woo! That was terrifying. That just did not go the way anybody would have liked, except Paola's going to get a chance to get the ball, though, as they're going to have it at their own 20-yard line. Here with 3:20 to play in the ball game, up by 5. And it will be a couple first downs. Eudora will most likely have to use their timeouts. And Paola hasn't had really problems getting first down since the first couple drives, but they get a little tougher to get whenever you have to have them, and they have to have them. 31-26. Been a fantastic ball game. Toss sweep. Giovanni Blackie picking up where he left off. Big hole. He's got the first down I think he needs, maybe just a hair short. The first he needed. He's going to be just on the nose of the 30, and so he will move the chains.
Blackie with the carry. That runs
And
for a first down.
they probably would have been better off had that not been a first down to run some time off the clock. But they will set the chains and crank it, and they will be able to run this under 3 minutes, well under 3 minutes by the time they snap it again. And they won't need to snap this. 8 seconds on the time play clock when they do. Fletcher Audie, big hole again, and he's going to have a gain of about 8 or 9 yards on first down. And it's just, how do you, if you're Eudora, they've done a really good job defensively, about as good a job as we've seen anybody do this year, but it just doesn't stop. It's not like, hey, we stopped them, quit coming at us. They just keep coming with Audie and Blackie, Garrett Williams. Those guys just keep on coming. And they'll be able to snap this. It'll be under 2 minutes by the time this play is done, most likely. Eudora has not used those 2 timeouts yet. They're going to have to if they pick it up here. And they will. Williams is going to get just enough for the first down and get across the 40-yard line up near the 42. It's a gain of about 3. On the carry by Williams.
Williams, the ball carrier.
And there will be the first timeout by Eudora for the second of the half. Timeout, we'll take it. We're back in 30. You're watching Panther football on Paola Sports Live, presented by Go Brawley.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your local Bobcat mower dealer. Bobcat mowers combine heavy gauge steel with advanced engineering to give you the best cut every time. Simple controls and design make maintenance and service quick and easy. And when you get your Bobcat at Hers, they can complete all service and repairs covered by your warranty. Bobcat mowers are affordable, giving you a commercial grade machine at a residential price. To learn more,
Come and visit us at hersinc.net. Call Hers at
913-247-3530.
Not good. 31-26, just under 2 minutes to play, 1:57 to be exact here in this one. This game's been tied once at 14. Eudora took the early lead 6-0. Paola took it back 7-6. And then Paola added to that, led 14-6. Eudora scores, goes for 2, gets it 14-all with about a minute 30, a little bit more than a minute 30 left. Paola would get it with exactly a minute 30 left in the half. They would march down the field and score. It was 21-14 at halftime. And then they come out here in the start the second half. Paola marches down, scores, goes up 28-14, had complete control. A fumble led to a short field and a good drive by Eudora to take advantage of it. Made it 28-21, or 28-20 rather. Handoff, Audie, up near the 45. And now you really talk a lot about ball security and taking care of the football. It's the last time out of the game for Eudora. It's the last time they can stop the clock. We'll just go ahead and keep it right here.
Timeout called by the Cardinals. Their last time out of the half.
Again, don't forget volleyball on Tuesday. We're not going to have that for you, but you can go out and watch. Probably not, actually, but they will be playing on Tuesday against Ottawa. That'll wrap up their regular season. Then at a sub-state tournament next Saturday, which should be one with an opportunity to compete a little bit. We've got our home game on Friday with Lewisburg. Wind's picked up even a little bit more, I think. You can't hear it in the mic. I wouldn't pay attention, just hear it there. This has been a hard-fought battle here. Paola knows they've been tested. This is what they needed, really. Paola has had some cakewalks this year. They've had a few games. Those games against Swamigo and Piper were competitive, but not really tight or close. This has been in doubt at times tonight, and I think that's a good experience for these guys, especially at this point in the season. Coach talked about the grind in week 7, 8. Man, that's a grind of the season. And Eudora needs to stop. They want to try to get out of this one. Pass. Williams, bootleg. It's going to be a foot race. Got to make a guy miss. He does. Steps around him. Stiff arm. He's got the first down. What a run by Garrett Williams. A gain of 12 yards, maybe 11 when they put it down on Garrett Williams. That is a big one. That might be for the game right there when they set the chains. He stayed in bounds. They'll wind the clock. That was man against man. He was right there on the edge. You got to make that play in the open field, and Williams made him miss. And that'll probably about do it. They should be able to run most of the clock off. Yeah, not in a big hurry. Not even getting under center with 8 seconds on the play clock. Turn handoff Audie. He's got both paws on that ball. Falls forward for a gain of a couple. You did good, kid. Good job. First time. We've been married 15 years. First time she's ever came to a game that I'm broadcasting, let alone worked it. Filling in for Q, the regular camera operator.
I'm usually babysitting my children.
Yeah. Yada, yada. Somebody's got to watch the kids, I guess. For now, hey, the oldest one's getting old enough to watch the little ones. You can this make a regular gig if you want to. You're good? Okay. Take a knee from Williams. Again, this is a hard-fought game. They got all they wanted from Eudora. Hats off to that Eudora team. They are darn good. And they're going to come up just a little bit shy in this one, as that will be the final 31-26. Again, the Paola Panthers moved to 7-0 on the season. That clinches at least a share of the Frontier League title as well with that win. And they will, Coach Dumpert gives them a round of applause, wants them to see that he respects obviously what they saw tonight, and a great ball game by both these teams. Again, final score 31-26 as the Panthers will move to 7-0. We're back at home next Friday night as we welcome in the Lewisburg Wildcats. Our pregame coverage will start at 6:35. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock in that Frontier League battle. That's going to do it for us high atop the stadium, the press box here in Eudora. Again, final score 31-26. The Panthers are 7-0. And you watch it all right here on your home for Paola High School Athletics, Paola Sports Live. You've been watching Panther Athletics on Paola Sports Live. Paola Sports Live is presented by Go Brawley. It just works. Learn more at gobrawley.com. Also by Elliott Group, Hers Incorporated, Iron Horse Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Laura's Orthodontics, and Miami County Dance Movement. Thanks for watching, and be sure to catch every second of the action right here on your new home for the Panthers, Paola Sports Live.